The commission.
Point of life is growth and evolving, and I think that he was in the path of evolving, and unfortunately his life was taken a little bit too short. It happens every day, but it's still tragic nonetheless. And I just want to take a moment out to say, R.I.P. to the kid.
Yeah, rest in peace to him and his family, man. Keep them in your prayers.
I think he went through his spell. I think all of them did. Like I think, and the only reason I know these guys is because of academics. Academics put all these guys on, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Right? In my opinion, because I don't think any of us really was checking for their music like that. But
kids are checking for their music.
The new kids are checking for their music. The new kids are consuming music differently, and academics is kind of part of that new wave. So I kind of, I'll give him that credit. I never really knew about this guy.
I remember Kendrick, when his first album came out, said that like the album was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll check it out. I never listened to it.
What about Triple X?
Yeah, I heard the music's good.
But see, I mean, that kind of goes back to like, I don't know, man. Like when we consume music, we have to have something in common with the artist, or we have to be able to identify or relate to the artist in some way, shape, or form. And with these newer guys, there's nothing really that I can connect with them on. Like me and my man were talking about earlier, like, when we were younger coming up, we like people like Jay-Z and Nas because we like them. Like we wanted to emulate the lifestyle to a degree. You know what I mean? They sold us the perception that, being this drug dealer or being the man, if you will, is just a cool thing. These young kids ain't selling me nothing. Like I don't want
none of those kids are the drug dealers anymore. They're the users.
They're the users, number one, right? So
and we not young kids no more though.
And that's the other part of it.
We not the young kids no more. That's that's where they get their fan base from.
That's 100% correct. So it's just like, I think he did his fair share of trolling, just like Trippie Redd, just like Tekashi, just like name another guy who does this. I don't know. Any of these Lil Yachty, I don't know. These guys all do the same thing to me. Like they all look just like we were watching the video. We're like, yo, who's that? You can take this rapper out and insert rapper here and keep it more moving. You know,
that's what I said, man. Like nobody got. I think that's just how it is nowadays. Like somebody can be replaced. Like if somebody get a buzz, like I said, the one dude, I wasn't sure whether that was Dirk or that's whoever it may be. Herbo, because you could just take Dirk out, like you said, insert new here, and then you just put them in there. Versus, like right now, we still on some of the older rappers because you had to have your own identity.
You saying that though because it's just not putting content? I think that's the difference now. Is you have to consistently put content out to stay relevant. If you're a newer, younger rapper, like
I think you're gonna have your 5 minutes.
Can wait 4. Nas didn't put an album out for 4 years,
right?
And people were still itching to hear a Nas album, right?
True.
But like a guy like Triple X, he might, if you don't put music out for a year, people probably forget.
I think you can put music out repeatedly, and it still don't matter. Like you're gonna have your 5 minutes, and then once your 5 minutes is up, like in today's market, man, today's climate, they just looking for who's new.
I don't know. I kind of disagree with that a little bit. I think that artists get over like I think Lil Wayne did that to a certain level where he was just oversaturating everything. Rick Ross had that moment for a little while where he was on every track.
Sure.
Self-Made 1, 2, his album come out, and then he's on all his artists' albums.
That was still kind of the old.
It was a smart move.
No, that was still kind of like the old school feel though. Like now, it's like remember, I think it kind of transitioned with let's say Chief Keef, right?
Right.
He had at least 6 months, and he was all that. Then the next person came. They all that. You forget about Chief Keef.
It's different when you're talking about a gimmick versus talent. Like, I think you could say the same thing about Trinidad James. You can say the same thing about, like, all these guys have a gimmick, true. But Tekashi's a gimmick. Like, let's keep it a bean. Right. He can't rap. He's a gimmick.
Cole said in the 1985 joint, he says, once your fans, like, he can't, once the fans grow up, like, we listened to Jay-Z and Nas when we were kids. Right. And then we're older now. And we still listen to them.
Because the content's there.
Because it still relates to you.
It's related. Right.
I'm not going to listen to a Tekashi 6ix9ine album right now. And it doesn't relate to me at all.
Are you listening to Onyx right now? Are you listening to, and I hate to say this, some of us might be for nostalgic purposes, but you're not checking for a new DMX album. Yeah, I mean, let's keep it.
I'm checking for the DMX.
We already
that one track.
We're checking for one track.
At that beat battle. That's
exactly what I'm saying. These are guys who were gimmicks, in my opinion. As much as I like X,
DMX was a gimmick.
Come on, with the growling, bro. Come on. Like,
I mean, besides that though, he did put out.
He had like a 3-album run.
Okay.
And they were great albums.
All right, so you put them in the same category with Ja Rule.
Now check this out. The problem with X is.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot who I was asking. I forgot who I was asking. No, I forgot. Kevin definitely puts him in the same. Actually, he puts him above. Yeah, I mean, he puts Ja Rule above DMX. I know. Yeah. I'm sorry. Ja Rule is like next to
X. Couldn't stay off the X. And keep his nose clean. If he could have did that, I think we probably would still be...
Yeah, I think the music would have been a little different.
Das Effects. Are you checking for a Das Effects album? I'm talking about guys who are gimmicks. Bum skiddly bum. Ah,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Come on, man. Like, yo, we're not doing that. So I mean, like, that's why I look at these guys. They're just gimmicks. And to your point, Kev, if the quality of music is there and it's relatable, and I honestly think XXX actually is talented. Like, when you listen to something, he's actually a little bit talented. He has an ear. I know you guys haven't indulged in it, but
I'm gonna check it out.
You can't help it because all of his music just skyrocketed from the streaming standpoint. Sidebar: how ironic is it that today he broke Taylor Swift's Spotify streaming record, and Spotify banned his music?
For real?
The album sales are up to like 500%.
Oh, that's who they banned?
Yeah, they banned.
That's what Kendrick was like,
yo.
Oh, that was him. Damn.
He was one of
him and your boy.
And the Pied Piper, brother. Come on, let's not act like we don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
that's like
that's my boy. Y'all act like y'all didn't grow up with Kel's music. Like, what are you talking about?
Man, we stopped stepping a long
Everybody,
time.
but you ain't stopped keeping it. We gonna leave that alone. But, you know what I'm saying? Though, Kel's, look, man.
We're not taking anything away from his music, Mike.
Yeah, man.
I ain't saying that. I mean, he a freak boy. But at the end of the day, you know, it's...
Yeah, we're not even talking about Kells. I don't even know how we got there.
A lot of his records was on your old Slow Jam CDs.
Of course.
So let's all right, off Kells now.
But the question is, though, and I pose it, we never really kind of got to the bottom of, these SoundCloud rappers that you saw the Tekashi kind of apologize for trolling and so forth. Is this the wake-up call? Is this the Tupac, Biggie event of their generation that's going to make them kind of wake the hell up?
I think for a little while, it'll be like that, and then I think it'll just go back to the antics.
It's a lot of guys talking about they're not using lean no more. I mean, that's a start. I don't know.
Yeah, people have been saying that too.
I mean, no, I don't think they have. I think they started using, and then I think it's got to a point now where they've identified that there's a major opioid addiction that is associated with it. Now they're starting to smarten up and say, oh, those guys and whoever else died and whatever.
Yo, I don't think it's going to slow nothing up, man. Think about it like this, because we've been able to grow up with this music.
Well, they're dependent.
They need the troll.
Oh, the troll.
The troll content to stay relevant.
It didn't slow nothing down when Pac and Big got killed. That's all I'm saying.
Who else got killed after Pac and Big?
We talking about got killed, but boys always swore they was the hardest gangsters.
Remember
still
50
after that.
Cent, Murder Inc., Eminem, that
50
whole.
Cent,
but I thought that
D Block and that was like.
Yeah, but that was more on wax still. I mean, they probably got into a couple scrapes here and there, but it wasn't really like they weren't.
But mind you, Pac and Big, I'm thinking about it. Pac and Big wasn't no really like my homies came out and got him, and then his homies retaliated.
Yeah,
that was.
But they had confrontation a couple different times.
Yeah, but that was a totally different scenario. What I'm saying now, it didn't slow nothing down. That's all I'm saying. Boys are still talking reckless on records, and it's going to continue to go on because that is part of hip hop. It is. What it is.
Yeah, you're going to do that, but I'm just saying you're going to take it to the extreme. But you going on somebody's block and then claiming that you know what I mean.
That's trolling what Tekashi was doing.
Yeah, or you going to take somebody's baby mama out like I mean, this guy literally went to the 50 Cent school trolling and beefing for real.
He's always with him.
Well, they just started getting cool recently, but yeah, I can't say that he just. I can't say that he's coming up with all these antics on his own. I think he has a team behind him. I think they recognize that, okay, here's a lane for this. There's money involved with it. Let's kind of try this until somebody dies because someone hasn't died doing this type of stuff yet. Now someone has died, so I'm like, does that make you think, okay, maybe I'm going to fall back? Like, did he just post that video in the moment, or is that really how you'll feel? That's my
It's hard to say.
I love the whole, like, all the videos of the dude slumped over in his car was just...
That was a lot. Yeah, they kept showing that. Yeah.
There's all these people with their phone out, and
Taking
nobody's trying to help him or do anything.
Well, you see the one guy take his pulse, and he doesn't respond, and that's about it. I'm like,
that's
damn,
crazy.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad I ain't see none of that. I ain't checked none of that. That's
We
crazy.
need to move on to a later
Yeah,
topic.
yeah, yeah. On
He
a
had some
lighter.
good music that came out.
It was some great music. Like, so let's start with Mike kind of touched on this before. You know, this guy has a huge fan base. People waiting years for his album to come out. You know, Nas' album done finally. You know, first of all, the meme of Nas trying to figure out how to upload this. That is probably the funniest thing I've seen all week.
Yeah.
Why did it take so long anyway?
Nobody knows yet.
Why do I think that really is what was going on? Like, I really believe that Kanye was like, "Here, Nas, here's the link, man. Whenever you're ready, upload this yours."
Yo, you know what
and
I,
he probably
you know what I was
like,
thinking though?
What the fuck is this?
When I first heard it, I'm thinking like maybe they had to get a couple more clearances real fast. Cause that
I thought it wasn't mixed and mastered. That's what I first thought.
I think they could have
get any more clearances.
No, what I'm saying is that
all this music's done, and then
it could have been. But let's just say, for instance,
out.
the first track, not for the radio, right?
Right.
Let's say if it ain't had none of them Diddy ad libs on that joint or none of them Diddy vocals on there. Next thing you know, because you know in passing, I guess you shoot the album to Diddy. He like, oh man, I want to jump on this joint. If you know how Ye gonna, all right, we gonna wait a little bit. We can wait and let's put that on there. We never gonna know. We all
speculating.
But I think some of that could have happened because I first heard that first track. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know Diddy was out there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
gave you that old hate me now.
Hate me now.
Yeah,
it started off real hard with the
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, or they could have wanted to make sure remember how you said on the one album the track listing wasn't right. So they went back. I think that was him and Kid Cudi. They didn't have that right. So maybe it was some stuff that had to get tweaked at the end because it's a different.
Possibly.
It's not like how back in the day your album was already mixed mastered 2 months before they released it. Now you can just upload it. So if it was, who knows?
Just feels like it feels like Kanye throughout this whole process, even when he introduced Ye, it's just been on some last minute change type stuff.
I think the beats were all made. Like all 35 of these tracks were done. And then there was no vocals to any of them, and they did them. Like case in point would be the Ye album. Those instrument, like the beats were made, but that content was like a week and a half, 2 weeks, 3 weeks old. And he was like, I made these songs. I've been working on this album for 7 months or whatever.
Well, yeah, but come on, Nas is a little different. Nas says probably had those lyrics written for forever.
Yeah, I think it was.
You know what I mean?
But it probably wasn't all recorded. To Mike's point.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sure it was. It probably just wasn't.
But then
mixed
how do you then do the listening party under in Queensbridge and like I'm thinking when I heard the listening party I'm like okay cool you got the songs like
but you know how when you mix it
you'll be done.
That's what I'm thinking. Somebody got it. You're playing it. I mean, What are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like the only thing I can think of, and that's why when you sent the meme, it was so funny because I'm like, yo, that's probably
it was like 5:30 the next night.
No, but it was like, yo, they can't figure out how to. Yeah. He can't figure out how to upload this.
I saw another one
you
too.
Think he really
like, and then how did the Carters upload the album so fast? Where he's just sitting there looking at the computer.
Yo, you think he really uploading himself?
No, he's not. He's not. But it was just funny.
Yeah,
and then the other part that was funny was okay. Since you brought up the Carters, yo, really? That's what we doing? We want to just go ahead and upstage Nas like that? You know what I mean?
Let's talk about the Nas album first before we get in
we're going to finish it up, but I'm like, man. So what are your thoughts on the Nas album?
I liked it.
Front to back?
Nah.
What I'm going to say is that I can listen to it front to back.
What don't you like?
I don't like, what is it? I think the song you guys were like raving about. Everybody? Is that the joint?
I like Adam.
Everything?
Adam and Eve's hot. Yeah, everything. I'm not a big fan of that song.
Everything, if you sit down...
It's the joint with the dream. It's like the second to last track.
If you listen to them...
Nice.
It sounds like a movie.
Oh, man, I definitely like it. I like it.
It just...
Nas
doesn't fit on that.
Oh, I know that overly produced album track. Yeah.
I just don't...
But it's a great track, though. It's a Kanye track.
It's a great track. I just don't think Nas fits on it. Like,
you know what I would tell you to listen to? And this kind of piggybacks on something we talked about last week. I had to go back and download Late Registration and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And I've been listening to them joints. Like, Late Registration is so underrated from a production standpoint. That joint is probably the best produced Ye album.
Y'all this.
Y'all look at me like crazy. Slow on it, right?
The production, though.
It's fantastic.
And We Major, you wouldn't think Nas would fit on that song. The production is that grand on that song. On it's another one I posted the other day with Cameron and
Late.
Kanye.
Oh yeah,
It was crazy.
Yeah, late.
Yeah.
I'll be late for
No. I'll be
That's
late
the
for
one
that. That's a different one. You think about the one?
Time out.
Yeah, the one with Cam and them. It's called Going.
Gone.
Like that. Gone.
Gone,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what it's called.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
I
It's
told
like,
you.
it's a long album too. It's like 22 tracks on
It's
Yeah.
man front to back. I might have to give it the nod, and I didn't want to because and it's funny because it's revisionist history because My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy to me is the hottest latest release from Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, late registration.
I told y'all, man.
That joint
I
is I don't know. I'm not
anyway.
doubting you, Mike. I know that you be on the production stuff.
told you
it's
that
the best
joint-
produced Kanye album.
It is.
And they keep saying 808s, and I'm like, I can't think of one song on 808s. I'm like, yo, that's my
Nah,
joint.
808s was good.
Yeah.
Give me a track. One.
Jeezy.
The joint
Him-
with
that's
Wayne.
so amazing.
It's so amazing. That's
Yo,
probably
the
the
first
only
track-
track.
No,
That's
look,
the
nah.
only track
Say
you
you
will.
Say You Will, the first joint on there. My favorite joint on there is Street Lights.
I don't remember none of them.
But check it out.
I remember
That's
So
a
Amazing.
treat.
I remember So Amazing because So Amazing, that beat is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
But other than that, like,
Amazing was hot when Ocean's people, your peoples flipped it.
Oh, they flipped that beat. Oh yeah.
Trey Songs and
JD, Ocean
and
7.
on
Oh,
JD,
they
Trey
mixtape.
Songs.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they flipped that beat.
Crazy.
Yeah, they made it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They made it like a party track.
go ahead and give me a shout out, Mike, man.
I mean, I'm gonna do that
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
we talk.
We gonna do that later.
What do you think of the Cop Shot the Kid joint on that?
I love that joint.
Yeah.
I love
Crazy.
that. That beat is
Slick Rick
crazy.
sample.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
gonna be real. The problem with Nas album was this. This what I saw a couple of my homies on the text is that we got this idea of what it should sound like.
Okay.
So if it sound anything different, it was gonna be like, they ain't what I want to hear. Because my man Jamel, shout out to my man Mel, he was like, when he watched the listening thing, it's trash, man. They ain't do what they should have did, yada yada yada. I'm like, yo, don't you understand? Like, you gotta appreciate the music for what it is. Like, they was in their own zone, they was on their own vibe.
Right.
This what they came up with, this what they releasing. It's not gonna sound like it was written Nas. It's not gonna sound like any of the previous stuff that you wanted to hear. They released the joint 2 days later. Damn, you right, man. That joint do bump. It's yada yada. I'm like, just give it a second to appreciate what it is.
I think we're in the society that we want immediate gratification.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what I felt about the Ye. I was not impressed with the Ye album.
Right.
I told you guys. I was like, yeah, the Ye album is cool. Blah blah blah. You know, I'm still on Push. That
Right.
Push, man. That thing.
That was the point you just made on the way out. We were talking about the Pusha T album is exactly what you would expect to hear from Pusha T.
Right.
And I was saying I was comparing it to like Jay-Z's the Jay-Z album that just came out,
Right.
and Beyonce. I think we appreciate Jay-Z so much because he didn't ever really try to steer out of his lane. Like his music,
He didn't. Past
There's
tense.
no Yeezus album with Jay-Z.
True. Okay, I see where you're going. All right.
With the Nas album, we kind of expect it to sound a certain way, and it didn't. So some of it does.
I think it's yeah.
Some of it
yeah.
does. I don't know who said it, but 4 out of 7 are good, or 5. I would probably say 75% of the album I liked, and then
Yeah, I don't remember, like, usually on a song, on an album, there's tracks that I can specifically say, nah, I ain't rock with that. I can't really think off the top of my head of a track that I'm like, nah, I don't really rock with that. Like, I think it was well produced. I think he gave me the content that I expect from Nas. Like, I think what it is, though, is I don't think people remember what Nas gives you consistently.
Bars.
Bars
Yeah, lyrics,
and
exactly.
depth.
Exactly.
Like, he gives you depth and knowledge. He's
Right.
not just giving you surface level bubblegum,
there's
know.
no single like radio.
No,
song.
he's
You're
never
not
gonna
get
give
that.
you
And that's
that.
what I'm saying about that
Right.
Everything track. Yo, listen to Everything
That's like
a
an
few
8-minute
times.
song. It's not a single.
No, listen to it a few times. You're gonna hear a lot of. That's why I put in the text. I say, yo, everything is everything, and that's not the best. That's not the craziest beat on the album.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like lyrically, I think
That's the one that
it
Kanye
meshes.
raps on too, right? Is that one?
Nah,
Nah.
he raps on Cop Shop the Kid.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
Everything.
right.
Nas doesn't even rap till like 3 minutes into the song. It's
Yeah,
just
I
like a
remember.
build up.
Yeah.
And then the Dreams singing in the back, I think.
But that's the
That joint was
most
hot, though.
Kanye produced
Yeah, I'm not saying
track on the album. But I understand where you're coming from as far as like the fit. If it wasn't for the fact that I've heard Nas and Kanye work on another big kind of production type project, I think the We Major thing is similar in that fashion because Nas only rocks for whatever amount of time, and then they go into all these horns and trumpets.
Yeah,
and
that's
all.
one of the best songs.
Yes, like that joint.
When they done rapping, that's when it turns into a new song.
Yes,
almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just let the production go, man. It's like you forget that that's what Yeezy does best.
And that's the difference between Kanye and Jay, like what you were saying a few minutes ago. Jay don't have a Yeezus album because I don't think he's as artistic as Ye, but I don't think he has the ability because he can't create the music. Like, you gotta deliver him the music and he can rap on top of it. Yeah. But Ye has the ability to, like, you know what, I want to try this. Let me grab these samples or let me try this different type of horns or whatever and try to go into a Yeezus or 808s mode because he has the ability to do so.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that Jay, to his defense, is trying to change his content. Like, that's the one thing I'm noticing off of this.
Because that's all he can control, really.
Yeah, that's true. But that's him stepping out of his box. Like how Ye stepping out of his box is 808 and Heartbreaks. Jay is 444, and now I'm doing an album with my lady, and I'm posing for pictures in the bed. With no service. I'm growing my hair out, and I'm doing all types of shit, and boom, now I'm different. Like, that's what he.
But it's still safe because he's still.
I told
rapping.
my wife the spiritual shit really works.
Yeah,
I'm doing all that stuff. That's all Jay-Z.
But it's still rapping though. He got bars. So they like that far. Now, if he would have been some auto tuning on there, then you'd have been like Jay really stepping outside.
That was the box. You're not gonna hear that.
You're not.
You never got that.
Nah, he can't do that.
But my opinion, Nas joint was dope. Like, I was happy for it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
you didn't even get to breathe with it though.
And that's where I wanted to go next, man.
It was like 12 hours, but the album came out.
First of all, the fact that the album came out late hurt him even worse.
Yeah.
Especially knowing what was on
gone.
Then knowing that what was on the verge of coming.
I'm just thinking of something. Maybe that was purposely done. Because let's just say, for instance, if they knew Jay was going to release something. All right, let's delay it a little bit. So when they release theirs, it'll still get, instead of giving people a head start on it, you know what?
I'll be honest.
My joint gonna be fresh too.
Once the Jay album came out, I didn't listen to the Nas album.
Because people engulfed in Jay.
And I know a lot of people probably did that.
Yeah, it's true.
I know a lot of people did that. And I didn't, but I know a lot of people who did that. I thought about it because I bumped the Jay at least 4 times back to back.
Right.
Like, I was at the airport, I was like, I can't stop listening to this thing. This thing is, it's a good body of work. Is it their best? All right, first of all, let's go ahead and put it on the table. So the Carters, is that what we're calling them now?
Yeah, that's what I think it's what they're dubbing it.
It's like the family stuff.
I like J&B, like R&B type joint.
Yeah, J&B. I call them JB, whatever. The Carters seem kind of weird, but okay. It feels like the Jackson 5. It feels like the Departure Family. I don't know. It feels weird. Just thinking of them as a touring family musical group or whatever. But whatever. So the Carters came out. Everything's Love. Didn't even give my man Nas 48 hours to release.
They couldn't.
Why?
They on tour. You said it.
So what? They already did. The tour just started, and they only did like 4 shows, which they didn't do any of this music at.
Well, wait a minute. This tour just started internationally. The tour isn't it coming out?
Nah, this tour just started.
Yeah, I thought it started in
the States.
Oh, it did?
No. I thought, the show they did was overseas.
Yeah, they were overseas. They haven't come to the States. They're about to come to the States now, which is why the album was released. Because when you toured in the States, now you can tour the new material.
They could have waited.
Till
the 29th.
They damn sure could. Thank you. That was my point.
Yeah, because like you don't have beef with. There's not a verse on that album going at Nas at all. There's a verse that you could argue is definitely pointed at Drake on the album on Boss.
There's a couple lines that you could question whether or not they were pointing at Drake. Or, in my opinion, possibly Kanye. Possibly. But, whatever. Yeah. Possibly. But all I'm saying is, like, you didn't have to do this. And I thought it was maybe a slight to Ye, maybe more than Nas. Because if you think about it, of all the releases, one of the more anticipated releases was the Nas-Ye collaboration. Mm-hmm. Nobody's really checking for Kid Cudi like that. Pusha T is as nice as of an album as it is. He doesn't have the following.
It's been 3 weeks.
Tiana Taylor's never put anything out before. So here's your biggest act. Your biggest act that you about to work with is Nas. Sure. And if I crush his sales, it just is petty.
Well,
It feels like
also
it's
they're
petty.
definitely going to beat his sales because this album is available on Tidal, it's available on SoundCloud, it's available on Spotify, it's available on iTunes. When any other Jay-Z or Beyonce album is
Not this
only
fast.
available
Not
on
this-
Tidal.
They don't expand it this quick. They only gave it an exclusive for like 2 days. They usually do a week, Mike.
It's a money grab.
They usually do a week, Mike.
Nah, they
It's a
want to have
money
the number
grab.
one album this week, so they can say they had
It's
the
a
number one
money
album.
grab, right? The number one album means you had the number one streams, the number one downloads. It's
Yeah.
a money grab.
But you don't have to do that if you're Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, they don't
I
care.
mean,
Yeah,
why?
they don't
I
have-
mean,
Why would
listen,
they not put all the music that they released then on all these platforms of it?
Right.
You know what I
Like
mean?
they could have started. You don't have to release it as a title exclusive for like the first day and a half or 2 days
I
or
thought
what
it
have
was a
you.
week though.
They usually do
Usually
a
wait
week.
a week.
They always wait a week.
Yeah.
This is the first time I was like, when you texted on Monday, I was like, damn, this is right on time. Right before I got on my plane, I downloaded the album and started bumping it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh shit, now I gotta wait a week, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
and all this, that, and the third.
Obviously, Greg don't have title. But
I
go
do
ahead.
not have title
You
for
know
the
what I'm
record.
saying?
Someone
Nor
might
do I
have
have Mike's login
Log
information
in.
to get to
'Cause then I
title
couldn't listen
like
to
Kevin
it.
does. But anyway.
Nah, I tried to do
That's
that
what I
on
need.
Friday when I was looking at the Nas albums on Tidal. I logged, and he
Mhm.
must have been listening to it because I tried to log on. I was like, all right, this ain't
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, but it's all good. I mean, all I'm saying is like, I just
You think the whole album is a decent album? Like, what was the song I said on the way over?
You said you
Nice.
feel nice. The
Yeah, I didn't
Pharrell
like-
track.
I
I
didn't
feel the
like
beat
Nice.
on it. I gotta listen to
They
it
said
again.
this the Pharrell track on there.
yeah, I heard that one. Honestly, I mean, the content is what I expect the content to be.
Yeah.
Jay-Z and Beyonce ain't gonna under deliver. I told you guys before I wasn't the biggest fan of Ape Shit. Like everybody is all hyped about Ape Shit.
Yeah,
I thought
it's-
it's just another song to me. I mean, it's cool. I think eventually
Did
I'll
they
like it.
write
Like
that song, or did the Migos? And
I
then-
mean, the Migos probably wrote the hook. I mean, that's probably in the ad libs, but Jay wrote that. Come on, Jay probably wrote
Yeah, I don't
most
think
of
he
the
took
album.
no lyrics from nobody.
No,
That's a good
not from
point,
no
you know what I'm
Migos,
saying?
not from Offset, Takeoff.
That's a good
I don't
and
even
Quavo.
think they really like. I just think they probably even just borrowed some previous vocals. I don't even think they was literally on there.
Yeah, that's their no. That's
Yeah, they gonna get- you
definitely
gotta
their
give them
ad- I
credit.
think there's Future's ad libs too on there.
I thought
think it
that.
was Future.
I actually
And
thought
it's-
that.
hold on,
And here's the other thing
Yeah,
I
you
was
got
gonna
the-
say. Like, I don't like the Ape Shit song like that right now, but I didn't like Top Off Your Maybach, and now I rock to that shit.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I actually like that song now. So I mean, it'll grow on you. They're gonna
Yeah.
push it on you.
I like the
whatever.
Ape Shit joint. I like Jay's verse on it. We talk about the
That's cool.
NFL and the Grammys and.
I just think he got so many more bars on other songs. I think Black Effect is pretty dope. I think Love Happy to me is
Yeah, Love
the
Happy's
one.
hard.
Yeah, that beat right there
Yeah.
goes. It's a couple. I'm not as familiar with the track list. I only had
Summer joint crazy.
12. Summer's crazy.
Shout out to Cool and Dre, man.
They produced
They
that?
They got
tracks.
2 joints on
Yeah.
there.
Oh, nice.
Now they got more than that.
Don't
the
question
Salute
mine.
joint is on there.
Just go ahead and accept.
Well, no,
just go ahead
that's
and roll
not
with it.
on there.
Just go
It
ahead
is
and
on the
It's
title
on
version.
Tidal.
All right, and then they got the Black Effect, which is crazy.
I
So-
thought 718 was theirs too.
713.
713.
Yeah.
I wasn't that big of a. That's probably
They
the
took the
song.
Snoop and
It's
they took the
alright.
Dre.
Yeah,
the Snoop
that's
joint.
alright. That's 713.
A lot of Common references on there too, Mike.
Is
Hey
it?
man.
Yeah, he's I never met a love.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Jay,
a,
did you know what
Mike
though, man?
joint.
Honestly,
He
Jay
always wanted to rap like Common.
That's
He
exactly.
always
That's what
wanted
I'm
to rap
saying.
like Common since, but he made $5 million. He ain't been rapping like Common since.
Yep. Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like on the track list, I mean, it really just say Quavo like as a composer. I think they just borrowed some of his ad libs.
Probably.
That was it. I
Gotta
don't
give him
think
credit
they,
for it.
I don't think they flew him out to Paris just to get on a couple tracks.
So let's talk about the whole trilogy, if you will. Go back to
yeah.
last year, maybe around this time.
They
There's a member of the commission podcast said, you know what, they're gonna.
around the clock.
Yes, please. The Prophet. Oh, and by the way, the Power Prophet is on his way back to July 1st. Power's returning.
They say this is a
That's right. We got a couple weeks, man. Catch up now. Catch up now so that when the time comes, we can roll right into it. But nonetheless, we just said that this was going to be the rollout, right?
Yeah.
The whole, all right,
She
you
toured
cheated.
her album. He toured his album.
He toured his album. But it's not only just the touring of the album, though, Kev. It's the story.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the story of, oh, you cheated, which is sells. Controversy's going to sell.
Yep.
Jay comes back with the apology album. You know what? I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. You know, 4-4. all that,
Yeah,
you know. And then we come back with this album, and she even calls him out on it. You know what I mean? And Love Happy, she calls him out, and he even's like, "Whoa, wait a minute! I'm gonna need you to calm that down a little bit." Like, I get it. Yeah.
Which I felt like that could have been left off.
I did.
It feels so too scripted.
It was forced.
How many
It
times
felt
have we
forced.
rehearsed that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it felt forced. It doesn't feel natural at all.
Yeah.
At the 130th time you saying it,
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's one
believe
take Jay. Come on.
one take Jay.
Yeah.
You gotta tour it, bro. Still gotta tour it.
That's true.
But no, I'm just saying, like, that's what we thought was gonna happen? Is all the shows gonna sell out? I feel like if you went to a Jay-Z Beyonce concert, the women would shun Jay in today's climate.
There's so many hits that they could run through together. I don't think. No, not they
Together, you said?
Think about it. How many songs they got together?
No, I'm not saying they don't have a lot of songs together. Hits,
Yes.
popular hits. Let's go down the list.
03 Bonnie and Clyde.
I mean, that's a popular hit.
Are we really gonna debate that?
I'm just saying hits.
No, it's a
I
single.
would-
wanna
It
hear
was
what
the
else.
first single
Go
on the
ahead.
Blueprint too.
I'm not saying that.
All right.
Okay. hits.
Crazy in Love off the Beyonce album.
I would give you that.
That's
Crazy
a
Love,
smash.
I'll give you that. That's a smash.
Now, as he's saying these songs, I'm thinking about who's buying the tickets to these shows.
Oh yeah, that's exactly
Right?
So that's what I was
Go
thinking.
ahead, because I'm thinking mainly less
Less Jay-Z fans.
It's gonna be females that's really buying.
Yeah, there's gonna be more females there than.
So the question was, though, Kev, are the females shunning Jay at these concerts?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Because he came out, he admitted that he was wrong.
That's what we doing now. I think a
and
couple guys admitted that they were wrong. Who else admitted that they were wrong?
Nah,
You know what
I
I mean?
don't
Like, think about what's going on in the Me Too world.
Then why you buying a ticket?
Beyond, dude, Queen B,
All right,
God damn
She
it,
goes on tour by herself and go.
she's not gonna go on tour. Not at this point. They're trying to sell this
Yeah,
album.
they
Yeah,
selling
not
the whole
now,
process.
obviously, but nah, you ain't going there.
The good question is, what is
Jay.
the set going to look like? Like, so I think what's going to happen is they probably going to run through these songs together that you're speaking about, and then they may flow into a little Jay-Z, a couple
That's
of
what they
Jay-Z
did at
joints.
the
Well, you
first
got
time.
it. Well, wait a minute. If you're gonna sell the story, which I give them credit, they sell stories well. The On the Run
She
tour,
performed
that
some
was.
songs from Lemonade. He performed
that-
from 444.
Hey,
and
whoa,
then
whoa,
they
whoa,
do
whoa, whoa!
the
And that's
whole-
where it goes awry. Because if she starts performing songs from Lemonade,
Yeah.
do I really want to be there for
Nah,
that?
she'll do like the what was the single, the New Orleans joint.
Whoa, with Hot Sauce, the baseball bat, when she's busting out windows.
Yeah, she'll do that.
Oh man, no, that's
Look,
not a good look. No,
you-
that's not a good
once
look.
again-
That's not a good look.
You can let Beyonce start off with a couple tracks. You got to ease y'all together with the tracks you talking about.
They did this show.
Then you can
already
let Jay do a couple of his
while
old
he
school hits.
was cheating. Like when that whole thing was going on, they did this. I
But
went
they didn't
to
have
it,
her
you
out.
went to
They didn't
it,
have his album out yet, though,
and
right?
remember.
everything was cool.
Was the
They're not
joint
gonna
album out?
fuck the money up.
Oh,
first
Jay
of all.
didn't perform, I don't believe.
Yes, he did. And On the Run Tour 1, he definitely performed.
444 was. I mean, Lemonade wasn't out in On the Run.
Nah,
tour.
nah,
Yeah.
Lemonade wasn't out yet.
Yeah,
but
that was this Beyonce, that album, the whole Drunken Love songs and all
Correct.
that crap.
But
Right,
this
that's
whole
that album.
shit happened.
After the fact.
Yeah, after that album came out.
Right. So I mean, after it, now we're looking
Literally
at
while
Jay-
they're performing.
So time out. Here's the thing that I think we have to keep in perspective. Number one, all this stuff happened after that tour, right? I mean, the Salon stuff
after
happened
the album.
after that album. But no, even that, I believe after that tour, the Scandal stuff came out. The Scandal stuff came out when Lemonade came out. That's when we all
Right.
learned about all this shit, right? So then you got that. Then the next year, so we're going back 16, 17, 444 comes out. Now we're in 18, and they're doing the joint album, what have you, right? My thing is, and this kind of goes back to what Mike was saying, is the fact of the matter is we're in a time where women are feeling empowered and they don't want to feel like remember your man Drake just came out with the female anthem, Nice for What? Like, we don't have to be nice to these guys anymore. You know what I mean? Like, they're taking a different approach. So all I'm saying is that when Jay-Z's on stage, I wouldn't be surprised if a couple people threw him some women. I would not be surprised.
Once
if they
again,
threw
you got to
some
ease them in, right?
You gotta ease them in.
That's what I'm
I think
saying. Let Beyonce do a couple of her. She can do a couple of her older joints.
Yeah,
by
I agree.
herself.
I agree.
Ease Jay in, and then you can kind of ease her out while he do a couple
Remember,
of joints.
Beyonce's the headliner.
Yeah, she is the headliner.
Let's keep this in perspective. Like, it's not Jay-Z.
And she may have to open the show too.
She might have to open and close.
That's what I'm saying. She gonna have to do all that.
Like, that is definitely not happening.
Yo, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm curious.
I might have to go to this.
It's coming in 30.
Weeks.
Yeah, it is. I wasn't gonna go. I might consider buying the ticket now, just out of curiosity's sake. But no, man, I just thought that'd be interesting, man. We'll see. I mean,
I thought the whole rollout could have waited though, man. It was
forced.
And you had the video done, you had everything done. It all came out. It was like 5 o'clock on Saturday evening, and that all came out.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
they do that, man.
Why not do it this weekend?
Well,
but you know what though, man?
You have the whole weekend to yourself.
This weekend,
yeah, like you got the Tiana Taylor album coming out. Okay, they're not competing.
But
it's hold on, and this is great because my man Drew, we were just talking about this, right? So if you're Jay and Beyonce, it doesn't matter when you come out.
Yeah, it really don't.
You could have came out on a Monday.
But what I'm saying,
but
look, to your point,
you know what I'm saying?
but hold on, but to your point
matter.
though, they could have wanted to come out a couple weeks ago. Maybe they say, you know what, we'll wait it out. We'll let a couple more of these good music projects come out.
Sure.
We really don't know. That's gonna be the thing. Everybody's gonna be guessing, speculating what happened.
All I'm saying is Beyonce dropped an album on day before Christmas or something. Nobody even knew it was coming. Like she drops these.
I like that people do that now.
I do too, but I'm just saying because you're Beyonce, you don't need promotion. You don't need a machine behind you, so you don't need to interfere with somebody else trying to get their money. That's what I felt. I felt like it was kind of petty on on whole level. Like seriously, that's what you're doing, and then you gonna release it on all. Like even if you'd have kept it title exclusive, I'm like okay. He's trying to throw you a bone because you know it's not gonna sell out. It's not gonna do the numbers it could do if it was released on all platforms.
Exactly.
So I'm like, man, that was just a bad.
And that's why honestly I didn't want to hear it. Like on the Texas we was talking about it. I'm like I ain't listening. I'm not listening to it because I want to hear this Nas joint. You know what I mean? I want to hear Nas. I want to be able to sit with Nas.
Hold on. How many days did that last?
What's that?
He didn't
remember Nas joint? No, I listened to Nas joint. I mean, I ran it back. I ran it off the.
When did you first listen to the Carter's joint? Mr. Title.
Saturday night around 10 o'clock.
All right, it's 5 hours.
No, what I'm saying though is I had
Nas
all
really
day.
came out Friday night.
Y'all act like Nas had 18 tracks. Yo,
no, I'm just saying,
back to back. I probably heard Nas drink like 10 times. Literally before I probably put that one in.
I'm glad. All right, Mike, not for nothing. The way you sit with things, that's a record for you. You sit with things for years. Because
it's longer than 20 minutes. The album was 26 minutes.
The J and B album was 2 more songs.
Right.
You know what? Honestly, I didn't listen to the whole thing. I only been listening.
You know what? I haven't listened to the whole album either. Because I keep running. I hear what I like and I like running.
I just keep it on repeat. I play in the house, something like that. Just leave it on loop or whatever. But no, it's a great album, great body of work. Man, listen, this has been a phenomenal year.
I think this has been one of the best summers for hip hop music. If you think about all the music that came out just this year in the past 4 months. Yeah. You had the J. Cole album come out. You had Royce the 5'9's album come out. Black Thought came out with an album. Jim Jones album I liked.
I had to get that. Yeah, I heard that was good
really
too.
Good. You had all these good music releases come out. You got Drake albums coming. Q-Tip is dropping an album.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
I sent that in the chat. The Last Zulu.
Oh, all right.
Said it's almost done. So you got a lot of good music still coming out too.
It's funny because earlier you had posed a question. You know, what's the top albums that you downloaded this year?
Yeah, my top 5.
Your top 5, and I'm like, do you have? We haven't even gotten to the midpoint because it's not 30th.
It's not June. Yeah, it's not May.
So I'm like, oh, what? How much has that list changed now? Like
for the top 5?
Yeah.
I would probably put Pusha T album was in there. I think I had the Pusha T album. I had Sir.
I think you had Book of Ryan.
I had the Book of Ryan album there.
Right.
I like the Book of Ryan because it's a hip hop album.
Right. I got you.
J. Cole's album I like. That's still in there. I don't know if it's really changed much. I'd probably add I like the J and B album.
You put that in there?
You put that in the hip hop album?
No.
These
It's
are
top
my
top
5. The Sir album.
Right.
You gotta check, Mike. I'm telling you, you like the Sir album. It's an R&B album. Yeah,
okay.
He signed the Top Dog. He's
I think I have heard of him. Okay, I have heard of him. You can't go wrong with Top Dog in the same at this point. Yeah.
But yeah, it probably makes some adjustments to it. Okay. I'm curious to see at the end of the year when we do
year in review,
top 10 or something like that. Yeah.
Would this be maybe one of the best musical years.
Yeah.
Like I would probably I saw Elliot posted something like this, and I had commented on it, and I was like, I feel like 95, maybe 98, maybe 01 or 03. I was leaning more towards 03 because I think that's around the time 50 came out, and Nas and Jay was beefing a little heavy still.
Mm-hmm.
Blueprint and Stillmatic come out the same year. Had those, right? Stillmatic came out, and then Blueprint came out after it.
I was about to say Stillmatic and Godson came out fairly close within 6 months.
Yeah, within 6. I would agree. I wanted because I was still in college. I was on the
had to because
when Stillmatic
Ether
came out.
dropped, and then Takeover came out.
No.
Ether wasn't.
Takeover came out. Hold on.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
No,
Ether's
you're
the
right.
second song.
Takeover came out first, though.
Okay,
I'm thinking
regardless, one came out, and the other one followed immediately,
right.
though.
Yeah,
Like,
no, you're
the
right.
album had to come out.
Yeah, I think
you
are
did.
right.
Yeah, you're right.
That might have been 01
for
then.
hip-hop.
That probably was 01.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, because you know what? Nas joint came out like around Christmas. Because I remember when it came out, like I remember being in Chicago, and I know I was in Chicago. I'm normally there every year in Christmas. So.
I'm on the south side of Chicago. Every time you say that, I'll be thinking of Cam. He sings this.
Oh.
On the west
Yeah,
side
Cam's
of
supposed to get a
Chicago.
project coming out this year, too. Like,
Yeah, what happened to the program too, man?
Yeah, I was disappointed. I want to hear that. I want to
Yeah,
hear
I did
the
too.
master version of that Mace joint. But
Man, Mace.
what happened to that?
What happened to Mace?
I'm doing something incredible for music.
Yeah.
Why y'all
whatever,
believe him?
Mace.
Like, why did y'all
That's a
believe?
good
He
point.
did it already. That was that song, I guess. Y'all felt it.
Then he
that
had
was
that
it.
Mount Rushmore freestyle with Khaled and Diddy.
Mace trying to get a check, man.
Man.
Let's keep it a bean. He trying to
Yeah.
get a check. That's all Mace and Beth is trying to do. Why are we talking about Mace right
I
now?
don't know.
Exactly.
So the Carter's got a great album. Nas, great album. Tiana Taylor on the way, so definitely check out for that on Friday. I kind of want to get into a little bit of sports, man. I mean, we we got the draft coming up. I know we ain't got our resident sports analyst Low, our sports correspondent on site, who's absent at the moment, but it's all good. We still want to kind of touch on some things because it's a lot of moving and shaking going on. You got the draft coming up on Thursday. Sixers got the number 9 pick, I want to say.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thoughts?
Hold up. Before we do that,
Yes.
Jay got named the president of Puma basketball.
And
I heard it
signed
wasn't.
Marcus Bagley III and
The top three
DeAndre Ayton.
prospects, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I heard it wasn't that. I heard it's just like
He's creative director or something like that. Yeah, they
Listen,
When was the last time Puma did anything with basketball?
I mean, they probably not gonna do nothing with it now. Besides,
They just said they got the top 3
right.
prospects.
Yeah.
Exactly. Remember, the Barclays got built,
What?
and they had
Vincent. Speak up, man, Drew.
Oh, yeah, the last
man.
time-
Come on, man.
Vince Carter.
Yeah, man, we got-
Vince Carter signed a
he had a
Puma.
Puma deal.
Yeah.
I didn't
For
know he had
real?
a Puma
Yeah.
deal. That's
It
interesting.
didn't last long. He said the shoes
Did he have a
were uncomfortable.
shoe come out too?
Yeah, he said the shoes were uncomfortable. He had to pay him back some money.
All right.
Man, that's crazy.
That's
All
the
right.
last time they had it.
If they're paying me money, I don't care what they feel like. They're comfortable.
Wow, you
Actually,
still
you
got a
do.
ball.
You still gotta play ball.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Your
saying?
primary income is playing
You know
basketball.
what I mean? Y'all
Um,
can take that little
that's
check
interesting.
back.
I think that could be a good move for Jay because, like, the one thing I like about the kids nowadays is that they take, what things that we thought was whack and try to make it hot. Like, I never thought Under Armour would be as big as it is. You know what I mean? I say Under Armour is whack because back home is shit, but across the nation now, you got kids wanting to be like Steph Curry,
Right.
and wearing these Under Armour sneakers and things of that nature.
Adidas is like that. now.
Adidas is like
Yeah.
that. Puma, a lot of, not for nothing. Puma's huge in Philly. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
Everybody.
Puma's Meek
Meek
did
Mill,
the,
yeah.
Philly thing with Puma.
And it's a couple, it could translate into a really, really smart business move. In my
I
opinion.
think they look
yeah.
at it like Nike looked at it like, yo, we have this whole market and there's no competition. Like, they
True.
own that basketball shoe market for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
And then Under Armour came in, signed some big athletes.
Yep.
So now, like, all right, now we're taking market share.
Big baller brand.
Yeah, well, big baller. Dude, that dude he got Diesel.
Yeah, man.
What's his name?
Yeah, LeVar. Oh, you talking about Lonzo?
Yeah, he look like he's on the mic. You see Mike Bibby?
Oh, man. You see
Oh,
Mike
yeah, I
Bibby
did
on
see Mike
steroids,
Bibby's
yo? Mike Bibby.
I
is
seen
on-
Mike Bibb.
First of all,
yeah.
what is Mike Bibby doing?
I don't know.
Like, is you even playing ball? Can you even play ball like
I
that?
don't know, man.
He seems a little bit too deep.
I mean, but think about it like this. When you stop playing, all that cardio is out the window, so you probably do gain a lot of. You've seen these.
Why
girls.
would you?
Everybody
Whoa,
gain a
whoa,
lot of
not
weight.
basketball, bro. Basketball players getting a whole bunch of weight.
Yeah.
Nah,
Nah.
man. I see ball.
Basketball
football.
players
Look
getting a
at
lot of
Scottie
weight,
Pippen
dog.
right now.
Well, that's
Scottie Pippen-
Scotty always
It's a
been
couple
into
ballers
fitness,
that
though.
can still do that,
Look
though,
at
man.
think about it. Think about it. Look at T-Mac. T-Mac got.
T-Mac can
He
still
probably
ball
20
a little bit.
he
He
probably-
probably got
he
a little
probably
gut, but he
20,
can still ball.
That's what I'm saying though. But Mike Bennett, you gonna pick up some weight because you stop playing. Like you ain't doing that cardio 48 minutes a
I feel
day
you.
plus practice.
I feel you. So you just gonna lift. So I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
take
you
these
probably gonna
roids.
gain weight.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's how it's gonna happen.
that's
He
crazy.
said take these roids.
I mean, that's what he come on, man.
I ain't see them.
The players you talking about 6'5" and up. They
Okay.
just ordinary gonna be slim. Where you
Yeah,
talking
just
about Mike
big
Bibby
guys.
6'2".
Is Mike Bibby 6'2"?
He probably
He's not a
6'1".
big guy, so
He
he's
probably
going
6'1".
I'm trying to think, man. Nate Robinson ain't a big guy. Has Nate Robinson blown up?
He's
He
a
has.
small guy though. He's bigger than what he probably.
Oh
would
my
be.
God! Are we just gonna keep making excuses for
I mean,
guys?
no,
Yo, I mean,
the
it's like,
truth is the truth.
Hey, yo.
He's big. He's
I know,
only
I mean,
5'3".
first of all, all these guys are big. Like, let's stop it right there. Like, these basketball, they're athletes, right?
Mike
They're
Bibby
big.
and him was not that big though.
I'm
Mike
not
Bibby
saying
and
that
Nate-
that big. I'm just saying that he's not a small. He's all right. Rod Strickland, is Rod Strickland a big guy right now? Rod Strickland ain't big. AI ain't a big guy. Like, come on, what are we talking about here? Is AI a big guy?
No.
AI's like 5'11".
You said AI?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.
But he's gained a lot of weight since he stopped playing.
That's what I'm saying about Nate. Nate probably natural weight 130.
no.
He said
That's
180. No,
very
180,
disrespectful.
190
That's
right
very
now. Natural
disrespectful.
weight. He's 130.
130.
I think like 5'3".
Oh man, no, I can't buy that, bro. Not with because Mike Bibby is around the same age as AI. Like that's why I'm like, that's a similar type of era.
AI was bigger than what he was when he played. Of course, when he played.
He's gained weight because he has a drinking problem, but that's a totally different.
I mean, he would have
conversation.
gained it regardless because you're not as
You're just gonna
active
gain weight as you get older anyway.
Yeah, I mean everybody.
And you're not as
It's
active.
what you're doing. Yeah. I
Now,
feel you.
now, mind you, now imagine AI ain't never touched your weight. So Mike Bibby
No.
probably was all right. I'm just working out. Naturally, he's not doing as much cardio. He gonna get bigger. I don't think he juicing. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
I don't know though. At
that's-
the end of the day,
He look huge, bro. Like I mean, it's one thing to gain weight. Like you, it's hard to gain that. I mean, I understand as you get older, you're gonna gain your man weight and all that stuff, and maybe that happened with him. But man,
I seen a picture
That's
of him,
hard.
and then I saw a picture of who's the wide receiver for
oh shit, yeah, I
Josh
just seen a
Gordon.
picture.
You seen Josh Gordon?
No, I'm looking at
Yo.
this Mike Bibby picture though.
yeah, thank you, Mike. Yeah,
yeah.
you didn't even look at the picture yet.
Yo,
You know,
yeah.
Just go ahead.
It look.
All right, but look at him.
6'1" then.
Dang.
All right, but look
New
how
Mike
big he is.
Bibby looked like he ate old Mike Bibby.
Yeah, man. It's probably. I mean, I don't want to put nothing on nobody, but it's probably a little HGH or whatever.
Well, you know it's something
Because
going
you can
on,
go
bro.
to, technically you can go to a doctor and get it like, they can
Yeah,
scan your
I got you.
metrics
Yeah,
and everything
biometrics
like that.
and all that
Make
stuff.
sure that you good. You ain't gonna be, yeah, Mike Bibby, yeah. But then again,
He
we don't
look
know.
much up.
No.
Yeah, we don't. And then that's what
That's
I'm
exactly what he looks like. Jailhouse, right?
Yeah,
Right.
it looked like he would have had.
He
to go to
definitely
jail.
got that weight.
He
Yeah,
would have had to do
I
some
got
time.
Yes, man.
But
that's
no,
good.
but we don't know how long he been going hard at it though.
How long
He
has
ain't
Mike
played-
Bibby not been in the league?
At least what?
10 years.
At least 10.
10 years?
Easy
At least,
10.
Yeah, at least.
He
10
played for Sacramento, right? Was the last team he played for?
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy
probably.
10.
Yeah.
That was when they
If not
had all
more.
the shooters.
I don't even know. Possibly.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while.
Stojakovic and all
So
that.
yeah. Oh, that's more than
Yeah,
10 then.
yeah.
That's probably closer to 14, 15 then. If
Damn,
that
how
coming.
come was Mike Bibby when he was in the league then? Because he's not that old now, right?
Yeah, he's got to be like
40? Is he 40?
He might. Mike Bibby might be up there.
Yeah, he got to be close to it.
He's around my age at least. You know what I mean? Mike Bibby
Yeah, that's
ain't
what I'm
no-
thinking. He probably a couple years older than us.
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
Man, look.
Yo,
Yeah.
speaking of older athletes who can still ball,
T.O. You see
my
that
man,
Yeah.
T.O. man,
Yo.
give T.O. a shot,
Yo.
please.
shit? A shot?
Give him a shot in the league.
Yeah. Yo, he ran a
They said a 4.44, and then somebody said a 4.43.
regardless.
You know what I mean? Drew, can you check
I
T.O. right
ran that
now?
in college. 4'4".
Yeah.
My speed in college.
He's 40 years old.
40 years old, and they say he got faster. Like, how is that
T.O.
even
jumped
possible?
off the couch. T.O. always working out.
No, man, nah. It's one thing to work out, but to get fast, Yo, man, it's
He
hard
might
to
be
get
in
faster.
some of the best shape of his life.
He's always been in shape.
He is.
Like,
I'm
that's
saying
what
the
I'm
best
saying.
shape of his
so
life.
you
though.
can't get better than at
4.45.
older. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
40
Yeah.
with a 4.45.
Yeah.
This boys in the league right now can't do
Yeah,
that.
I know.
At his position, at wideout, can't do that at all.
I was
He ain't gonna
funny.
get a
I
shot.
ran 4.46. So
That's crazy.
Yo, that is insane. Why won't they? Whatever. I mean,
That's-
they hate my man
Eagles could
T.O.
pick him up.
Yeah, the Eagles could pick him up. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be insane, man. That'd be crazy if the Eagles did pick him up. Eagles got him off. Eagles don't need nothing right now. All the Eagles need to
I
do
don't
is
know,
stop
man.
worrying. Stop talking shit about the Patriots and just focus on y'all the fact that y'all won the Super Bowl. Like, how about that? Can the Eagles do
What
that
if
for us?
Carson Wentz comes back and it just ain't what it was?
Then you got Nick Foles in the cut.
Yeah, I don't know.
See,
Not
don't
for
give me
nothing,
up.
man.
Come on, yo.
Nick
How you
Foles,
hate?
yo, he the best 3 games of his life.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I'm gonna tell you why he didn't. Because just the year, just 2 or 3 years before, he threw
He
like
threw all
27 and
touchdowns against the
2.
Raiders.
27 and 2. He had a
Yeah.
7 touchdown game.
Yo,
Cam.
he played
Come
3
on.
perfect games.
He had a
straight.
7 touchdown game.
I
Bro.
get it, but he played 3 perfect
Okay.
games.
Well, he played 3 games that got him a Super Bowl win. Let's
They were
call it what
they
it
were
is.
flawless.
I'm not gonna say they're flawless.
His
His QB passing
Yeah.
rating was really, really efficient. No, man, he's a good. Listen, for all the flack that he got,
Yeah.
I root for Nick Foles because I feel
will
like
too.
because I
Brought
feel
some
like
shit.
Philly fans
Yeah.
never appreciated him. I feel
I
like
agree.
I
I
feel
agree.
like during
I
the
agree.
year, Philly fans
When
even
Wentz
though-
went out, it was over. We out of here.
even when Wentz was there, some of us in this room didn't even think they could beat the Carolina goddamn
Yeah.
Panthers.
That would be me.
I'm saying, like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? What are you doing, Kev? Like, you can't root for Carson
I want him to
Wentz
do well,
and
man.
Nick Foles and everybody associated. I'm not even an Eagles
This
fan.
gonna
I
be
feel
a
like I'm
hard
riding
season
with
for the
y'all.
Eagles.
The
That's all
NFL,
I'm
I think, is
saying.
one of the hardest sports to repeat in
Oh, absolutely.
because it's only like
it's
the
too-
playoffs
It's a lot.
is one
Okay.
shot and it's
a lot.
done. You have your bad game, you're done. You can have a bad
I
game
just
in the
think
NBA
the
and still
season
come
will be
back.
kind of difficult for them.
Why
They
you
have a
think
pretty
that?
tough schedule.
I mean, it's just because what we just talked about. You got Wentz coming back, right?
Right.
Granted, I mean he was.
They're
good.
gonna be taking shots at his knee all season.
They
Like,
always had. Don't you always think that? I think they always had quarterback issues, except for that little run with maybe Donovan at first, and then that little run with Mike Vick for like them first 2 years. Other than that, you had people come in and play a few good games, and then next thing
there
you
was
know,
no one that was consistently there.
that's what I'm saying. So even with Wentz, when he came in, and yeah, they played pretty good
Yeah,
until he went out. Next
they
thing
got
you know,
a
Oh,
team
time out,
though.
time out,
There's
time
one
out.
guy don't
Yeah,
lead
it's
that
like
team.
y'all acting like he.
huh?
He was in MVP talk.
Yeah, they pretty
All
good.
right, look,
I think they
what I'm
lost
saying
one
is that-
game or 2 games.
Goddamn
All right,
Yeah,
he played pretty good.
Well, I was gonna say.
Pretty
Let's
up
put
there.
things in
I wasn't
perspective.
even gonna go there.
Mike's a Dallas fan.
I ain't watched football all season. That's the only reason why they won.
Well, that's funny.
I didn't watch
I was
football.
gonna say this though. I thought you were gonna say like he not only did he play. It's not like he had a small sample size his second year. Like we played like 11 to 12 games. Like he went out late in the season.
Right, but
Like he
what-
was
yeah,
already
it was like
rolling.
3
Like,
games left.
yeah,
that's
like,
the average for the Eagles, though. You always start off,
but he had a
and
good.
then he gets hurt. They throw somebody else, and he gave you a few good games.
So you don't
Y'all
think he
win
can
the
recover?
chip.
Is that what you're saying?
We gonna see.
I think he recover. He's too young. He's young enough to recover. I think that I think what he should be looking at though, he should be looking at what Derek Carr did last year and saying I don't want to be that guy because Derek Carr kind of fell on his face after his injury. And not
He
to
got
say
paid though.
he did. Well, of course, he got a check first.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think he can recover. But I'm just saying, like, he didn't have the year that everybody anticipated him having. I mean, I think he just, I don't know, maybe his confidence thing. I don't know what it was, but
I just think NFL is football is just the ultimate team game, so it don't
Yeah.
matter.
no,
You know,
I-
everything needs to fall in place. So you talking
I
about
totally
cars, line, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Well, all those boys still there to protect them, you know, things like that. So injuries always play a part with the NFL. So
except for with the Patriots, because the Patriots are always there.
they the
I think
ones-
that might be over, man.
No, I don't.
I do.
Dude,
I
they
really
just had a
do.
40-something-year-old quarterback in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he's gonna be 40 something plus one year this year.
Is Belichick still there?
Okay.
All right. Well,
I don't,
Yeah,
I don't know,
they-
man.
I'm like, I
They,
mean, I
they
was
find a
like,
way to
all right.
win, man.
Gronk
Yeah,
didn't
man.
seem
Great
happy
coach,
at the
great
end
coach.
of the
Okay,
season.
dude, is that what they need to win the Super Bowl? Because I think they won like 3 without him. Like, I don't think they need Gronk to win the Super Bowl. Like, that's not what they betting on anymore. They just the Patriots, bro. I'm not a fan. I don't want to make
Yeah,
it
because
seem
not
like
for
I'm.
nothing. Like I did support a team that everybody kept coming back, and we still wasn't winning. So you know what I'm saying. So it's like The
Cowboys, man.
He kept coming back.
I mean, the team. We ain't really.
They didn't turn over a lot of players.
Yeah,
He didn't
Dez
have a
was
running
always
back
there.
for
Okay.
the whole
No.
season.
You can't say. What I'm saying is that in previous years,
Oh yeah,
we've had skilled
Tony Romo
positions.
wasn't.
Not
He
even.
was not an elite. Yo, the Cowboys have won one playoff game in 20 years.
Think about the personnel.
Yeah,
though.
that's what I'm talking about.
Time out.
Ain't nothing with no defense. Like you keep saying, you had who?
No. You're talking defense, but skill position is
I'm
what
talking like,
scores the ball, right? Skill position players.
And what I'm
score the
saying
ball.
is that, and we
And
kept
this-
having people come back in
Same.
skill positions.
Darryl,
So I'll say that-
Johnston,
who was the
whatever
running
his name-
back?
who's
I
the-
say that to say
who's
this.
the tight end for them?
Jason Witten.
Jason
Well,
Witten.
I said this to say this. It's just like with New England, unfortunately, like he was saying, Grunt don't have to be there. They'll find somebody else to come in, and they'll run the
All right,
same
Bob
system.
Edelman.
I
All right,
might
Bob
be aging myself,
Welker.
but New England's head coach, he's a defensive guru.
No, I'm,
So that's it right there. So he doesn't need name brand players to make his defense.
I don't believe that at all. I totally disagree. As a matter of fact, you can make an argument that their last 3 defenses has been very suspect. They've had younger defenses. They've been getting exposed even more. Last year, they were
actually-
very vulnerable to
Dude,
the
they had to
deep
put
ball.
up 50
You know what
points
I
to
mean?
almost win the Super Bowl.
Exactly. They've been relying upon, in the latter portion of Bill Belichick's tenure, their offense to really bail them out. Tom and them boys. And they turn over their skill position players better than anybody.
Yeah, they
and
do.
they'll put anybody at running back. They'll put anybody, Welker, Edelman, Amendola. Are all these guys the same fucking
Can I
person?
ask you
Yeah, I know.
what conference do they play in?
They play the AFC East.
Again, say it again.
Come on, man.
The AFC East.
Come on, man. It's still the AFC,
What team
bro.
are they?
Time out, bro.
So the
Time
only
out,
thing
bro.
he has to do is
Time out,
gear
bro.
for the playoffs.
First of all,
right?
First of all, for those who don't know, this is Drew.
now you gotta introduce him.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because him and Greg about the argument, so you gotta introduce him now.
We've been talking for a minute, and we about to go in real quick, so I want you to know we're about to lean in on. For real. Oh my goodness. Yo, what are you talking about right now? Are you serious? Like, they've always had to turn over their offensive personnel, and their defense has suffered mightily as a result. You didn't see
I
that?
understand what you're saying. What I'm saying in reference to the East, it's what they have to
They
beat,
don't
right?
just have to play in the. They don't just have to beat the AFC East teams. I'm sorry, they still got Denver. They still have Pittsburgh. They still got Baltimore. They still got other
So
teams.
you kind of proving my point. How do they beat them? You only just got. Only thing you have to do is score one more point
right.
than the other team to win the game, right?
I totally agree with
So
that.
during the game time adjustments, right?
Right.
He does it.
He makes offensive game time adjustments. Your argument was
But
that his defense is the one that's winning him these games.
No,
I'm
I'm
disagreeing.
saying he's a defensive guru, so he
Okay.
doesn't need to put name brand players on the defensive side of the ball for his system to work.
Well,
It's a well-oiled machine.
Well,
so it's like a bend don't break type
his
of thing.
system works, and the well-oiled machine works and is effective because he has arguably the greatest quarterback in history.
He does.
You know,
I don't like to admit it, but
I don't like to admit it either.
let's go back to that not the last game, but the AFC Championship game when they was on the ropes, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Defense had to step up.
That was
Somehow,
No,
some
that
way,
was,
their
Jaguars.
defense
Yeah.
made some kind of adjustments.
Could it be that their defense made adjustments, or could they have been seeing an inferior offense?
We
That
don't
they
keep
shouldn't.
saying every year they saying inferior. Like every
The
year they
Jag-
make a.
But
Time
that's
out.
the-
The Jaguars historically have.
I'm not talking about the Jaguars. I'm
well,
just
that's
saying
the last-
take the last team that they played. Like they were just in. The
Oh, you
Super
talking
Bowl.
about? You talking about the Eagles? That's what
No,
you're talking about.
they just beat the Falcons, right?
Oh, you talking about the last time they won in the
Right,
Super
and
Bowl?
Not
Okay.
just the Super Bowl. We want to go to that Super Bowl they won. You want to go back to the previous AFC Championship game they played. They always was
I'm not
Pittsburgh,
saying that
right?
they don't. Time
They
out.
just always
Time out.
make.
I know
and
that
we just
they-
want to make excuses saying no, but the defense not. He has to do something.
No, I'm not saying he's
The
not doing anything.
I think the
He's just
Falcons
making
joint
adjustments.
was more just
The
like,
Falcons, I think.
Tom Brady getting hot, and we forgetting how to
They
even
still had
play
to stop
football.
the ball.
Who?
Because they.
No, I know, but what
I
I'm
was
saying,
that person that I always wanted to say that,
But-
you know, in
but-
reference to Tom, I don't think Tom was good. And if his first 3 Super Bowls, it was the defense.
I
that
agree
did.
with that.
That's why I didn't want to
No,
make
no,
him
that's
being
true.
the greatest quarterback.
It's
in his
hard
latter
to
career,
say that.
I have to. I gotta respect what he's doing.
It's
I'm
hard
like,
to say he's the GOAT when, and somebody brought this to my attention the other day, when he is, what is he, 5-8, and Montana is like 4-0.
Just like
You know
saying
what
LeBron though is not one of the greatest of all time.
No.
He's been to 8
We didn't
and
say
lost
he wasn't one of the
3.
greatest. the argument was he's the GOAT. When you're
can
saying
make
that you are the GOAT, not one of the
If
GOATs,
Lowe was
you are
there,
the
he'd
GOAT.
argue that LeBron is the
the GOAT.
greatest.
Right.
Yeah,
And
and
he
lost 5 chips.
And
Right?
and his argument, the counter argument to Lowe and to anybody, which is the same thing I was just saying about the Montana thing, is that listen, you got a guy that went 6 for 6, you know what I mean, and got 6 MVPs. Like, how do you argue perfection?
And I think on some real stuff, like
Is
the
Floyd,
offense-
is Floyd Mayweather the greatest boxer?
Woo! Why you had to take it there, yo?
Right? Because we're talking about
Why you have
6
to
and
take it?
6.
Okay.
What, 50 and 0.
He went 50-0. He definitely went 50-0. He's undefeated.
I know you think so. Right?
I
That's
think-
your
I
opinion,
think
I'm
right?
saying for me, like
Yeah,
within the
he
last
did it.
say 10 years, I mean, who you
Oh,
gonna
that
say?
man can say nobody. has
Who you
beat
gonna
me.
say that's better than him?
So here's my only counter to the Floyd argument. Floyd stopped chasing belts and started chasing money, which in my opinion tainted his legacy in the sport. Not necessarily his effectiveness, but the name of the game is to get belts and to unify divisions and things of that nature.
What
And he
other-
stopped doing it. I'm
What
just
other
saying.
belts was it for him to get?
He just
Greg,
stopped.
you
All
can't
I'm
expect
saying-
him to
all
go
I'm
all the
saying
way
is
up
he
to
stopped,
like.
bro. All I'm saying
Fight
is-
that, you want him to fight at 168?
No,
next?
what
You know
I'm
saying?
saying is I want him to keep the belts that he unified at 154 or 147 or 140 and just dominate.
To me, Floyd took the.
You don't have to do that,
Hold
but
on.
I'm just saying that's the sport, though.
He took the best fights. I'm not worried about, I got to unify this in this division because, you know what?
Now-
I'll fight
now-
him at 154.
Now you're taking the
I'll
sport out
fight
of
at
it, though.
147.
But you're taking
Best
the
fights,
sport out
best
of it.
paydays.
though. Thank you.
Huh?
Well, it could be a little bit of both.
No.
It
Best
could
fight
be.
or best
It could be a
payday?
little bit of both.
It wound up being that. It just so happened that whatever fight he was going to get the best payday. I don't even think it mattered.
I think
I'm gonna bring 600 mil because it's
Yeah.
me, and the other guy bring 400 mil, and that's the best.
No.
fight.
We talking about that the last one. Let's take that off the table. Let's go back to
Right.
49-0.
I got you.
Canelo, who else was he going to fight? When he fought Canelo.
Again, so if he fights somebody else, is he gonna get that same pay?
But Canelo was the name at the time. So you he's fighting the best name, and which turns into the best payday.
I like Carrot Top, so I don't want to disrespect Carrot Top. I like Carrot Top a lot, so I don't want to diminish what he does.
I mean, let's go with who else?
It's not. All right, so I hear where you're going from. But Canelo at the time was still very young, a prospect, and although he had the biggest upside of all
He
the
did.
fighters in his class, he wasn't where he needed to be yet to fight Floyd.
We ain't know that until he got in the ring.
Anyone, come on, man.
Wait, no,
Anybody-
you
come
can't
on,
say
man.
you knew
Who
that.
did he beat?
Yo.
Who did Canelo beat before he fought Floyd?
At least 52 other people.
Who did he beat who
At
has
least
a name?
52 other people.
Just give
I
me
don't-
anybody. Deontay Wilder is like 39-0 or 40-0 with 39
I know, I
knockouts,
can't
and
give
he
you
don't
no
got
names.
nobody.
I
on
can't
his
give
list.
you no names.
Exactly. So give me.
I mean, he beat, what's his name, man? What the
He
fuck
beat
is
Arthur
Dreads?
Trump. He beat. That's who he beat. Yeah, I mean.
Oh, Canelo, yeah.
Yeah,
he
you
Now
know
did,
about
he
Roy,
did.
who did Roy beat? But we all consider him a
Roy
great
beat-
fighter.
He beat some good
But you know
bulls
what?
at the time.
We don't consider
What?
He did beat some good bulls
He
at
did.
the time.
But we don't consider.
He did.
Roy-
We ain't got to go through the
I
catalog.
love Roy.
We don't.
He did.
We don't consider Roy.
Virgil Hill, body shot. Got him out of here.
Yeah, no, you got him out.
You got to tell me he was trash?
Virgil was.
We ain't know how trash he was until that body shot took him out of here.
Here's the thing. Roy could have been Floyd had Antonio Tarver and my man rocked him a couple times because he had that type of stretch. He was dominant like that. But to your point, he wasn't facing no top tier competition because there wasn't nobody in the division. Floyd,
It wasn't his fault. That's
it
what
wasn't
I'm
his
saying.
fault. It wasn't his
Yeah.
fault. You know what I mean? Floyd has faced better competition, but in my opinion, that it's a sport to
Absolutely.
unify belts. Like, that's the sport. It's like you
Shane
play to win
Mosley.
a game, you play to win
All right.
championships.
All
So
right.
the minute you take it out of it, you take that element out of it. Now I was like, I can't really say that you're the best in the sport. I
But go
think
ahead.
you're,
Now, say
I
the
think
name.
you're
Let me
effective.
see.
Let me
Give me
say,
names.
oh, I said
Shane
Zab
Mosley.
Judas, Shane Mosley.
Yeah, he
what
beat-
I
he beat
always
quality
come back to,
opponents.
when we talk about,
Hey, look, he
we start
got
talking
he beat
about
Hall of
great,
Famers.
right?
Let's keep it real.
When you just talk about great, right? And
Right.
I might be veering off the subject just a
Go
little
ahead.
bit. When you start comparing whoever's already playing the sport to the greats outside of the sport, and you're no longer comparing them to the people that's playing the game, then they're great. So that if you want to go back to LeBron, we're not talking about, he's not compared to anybody that he's playing with, right? Same thing when we go back to
I understand that. The question though, Drew, is GOAT. When you talking GOAT, you're talking singular. One. That's it. You know what I mean? I'm
There's
not
too
talking
many
about
people
one of
to
the
do
best,
that.
anything like that.
Too many people to consider one person the greatest.
But that's
of all
what we
time.
do. That's
Yeah,
why
but
we're on the podcast.
there's
We're
so
talking
many-
about it.
Like, there's so many
I know what you're
basketball
talking-
players
but, you
at
know,
this
we-
time that were like
But
great
it-
players.
which
So
is-
many football players.
Which is why you gotta state your argument. Well, what's your argument? Why is this person a go? And that's why we're
Let
doing
me say
it.
this then.
Yeah,
Let me say this.
go
The GOAT
ahead.
for me, and talking about football, I'm a little biased, but the GOAT to me, Sugar Ray. Ray Lewis is the greatest football player I've
You
seen.
smoke.
Yo,
You
Ray
smoke.
that is
At first
straight
I'm
up.
like-
Smoking. And I'm from Baltimore, and I love Ray. You're smoking. Why? He's not even, in my opinion, the greatest linebacker.
Oh, who's the greatest linebacker?
Lawrence fucking Taylor is the greatest linebacker ever. What are you talking about? Who did you grow up with? Like, are you serious?
Lawrence Taylor's the greatest
Lawrence
linebacker.
Taylor is the greatest linebacker of all time.
Lawrence
in my
Taylor didn't
opinion.
read the defense. They just said go play ball.
Oh my goodness, yo. Ray
He just played ball.
Ray played way past his prime. You know what I mean? And was and got saved a lot by his defensive line. Not in them boy. He always had a defensive. Yo, come on.
He got
why
saved
would
by.
you-
Who do you think
What?
Lawrence Taylor got
Yo,
saved by?
yo. Oh my god, I can't believe you said
Lawrence
that.
Taylor was coked up. That's why he couldn't read no
Who,
defense.
who saved Lawrence
But-
Taylor?
Yo.
Yo, he was always. Why you think? Yo, Bill Maher said this guy's killing me. He's always out of position, but his gift to get to the ball,
Oh
his
my goodness,
speed,
yo. Don't
made up for
don't
him.
let the motivational speeches persuade
I know, right?
you to think that Ray Lewis is better than what he was. He was a detriment for like
Ray
at least
Lewis.
5 years. Are you
If you don't want
serious?
to give him the greatest player, be respectful.
I'm not saying
Be
I'm
respectful.
respect. He's a Hall of Famer, first ballot, Hall of Famer, no question.
Hall of
To
Fame,
say the
greatest
first- to say the-
linebacker ever.
No,
That's
never.
saying a lot.
No, never. No, never. He's in the top 5.
Listen, this-
he's in the top.
it's crazy
I didn't even say
saying
this.
it, right?
He's in the top 3. He's in the top 3.
I'm stubborn, bro.
He's in the
I'm
top
about to
3.
hit that Instagram.
ahead.
Who mans is this? Who
I
mans
love
is
Ray. Listen, I love Ray, man, but no, I'm not
I just
giving
seen
him
a
that.
highlight
I'm not
on
giving him
NFL
that.
Network, a highlight of Ray rocking the bus. The first time the bus just went
No, I'll give you one
Ray
better.
didn't even know what he did. He just got up.
Time out. I'll give you one better. I'll
Go
give
ahead.
you when Ray took Eddie George's heart on the field
I
and
watched
retired him.
I
He
watched
retired him on the field.
I
Now,
watched it.
right hand up in the hole. And retired him. Was done after that.
I seen the bus run over Erlach after he ran over one guy and then ran over Erlach.
Okay. All right. Listen, Ray Lewis is not the greatest football player. I mean, linebacker.
I said I'm a little biased on that. I
He's
may
definitely-
stretch
I wanted to
it,
hear the
but
other
he's
two.
the.
Were. You said top 3. Who was the other 2?
That's what I want to know. Who's the top 3?
Oh,
You can't
no,
give me no
I'll-
launch there. This boy would be.
That's all time great for me.
You know what they told him? Put his hand. They try to coach him. Belichick try to coach him, and they just leave him alone. Just let him play.
Yeah, because Belichick.
And he just came off the
Well,
edge.
you seen the documentary? He's like, well, Belichick's a weird. Like, what the? Don't
He
tell me how to
he
play.
would never be able to
I'm
play
gonna
for
Listen, when they
Belichick
was
now.
young, they tried to
Yeah.
put him in pass
Absolutely
coverage,
not.
right? But he
Yeah.
couldn't read the O, right? So then they just said, put your hand in the dirt and just go.
He had some nose candy. Go ahead. Who the other 2?
Go,
Who
give
you
me-
got?
give me 2 more.
No, I said Ray was in the top 3, so obviously
All right.
Ray Lewis is in there.
Lawrence. Who else?
Yeah, so I give Lawrence, I give Ray, and I go back and forth with these guys because I'm that passionate about my guy Singletary. That's my guy.
I was thinking that too. I ain't want to be
Singletary,
biased.
Not for nothing.
But you
Probably
know what
one
I
of
mean?
my favorite linebackers.
Listen, I'm
of
an
all
age
time.
myself. I've been watching football since like
Come
82.
on, bro.
Right?
Hey, so you already know.
I'm telling you, Ray, and I'm not trying to be biased.
What?
Ray is the
Over
best
Savion Singletary?
linebacker.
Get the
Wow.
fuck out of here, bro.
Huh?
Are you serious? Are you serious right now?
I'm just telling. I'm talking about being a student. Like, if we want to go, you can put Michael right there with him, Singletary with it. But I'm talking about a student of the game. No, can call out the plays, can make everybody play up to his level and above.
I mean, I can't.
Ray is there, man.
I mean, all right, man. That's your entire team. Listen, we're from the same place. I love
I mean,
Ray.
you know.
I love Ray. I do.
The only reason why I would say Floyd. Let's go back to boxing.
I'm
real
sorry.
quick.
Yeah.
The only reason why I'm gonna say
Right.
Floyd, I would say he's defensively. I don't know
Absolutely.
nobody else that's never took no punishment.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. And then
I
obviously,
mean, maybe Sweet
offensively,
Pea. Maybe Sweet Pea is my guy too.
Sweet
Pea.
Pea.
Whitaker.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's the only.
Which was his idol.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
he
you
loved
want
him.
to talk about, you know?
It's
guys
like,
who play
I mean,
good
but it's
defense.
just like the evolution though.
I feel you.
Because
I
Sweet
feel you.
Pea has taken a little bit of punishment.
A little bit, yeah. I agree.
I'm saying.
I get- no, yes,
So,
you're right.
but that's why I would say that when it come to ball, Mike, one of his kind, man. You know what I mean?
I don't even put Mike in as GOAT category, but I just understand why people recognize him as the GOAT.
What?
No, Mike's not number one. Kareem's number one. Kareem is number one.
Off,
Then Michael
based
Jordan.
off of what?
Baseball, what?
But
Point
are
scores,
you talking about
individ-
chips? Because you were talking about.
No,
But you know what?
I'm not just talking about chips. I'm talking about individual.
But I honestly
statistics as well.
think you
But
can
he got
split it
5.
up. You can split it up just like we just did
Hold on,
for
that
football.
argument that you just make contradicts what you said like 20 minutes ago.
No,
You
I
said
said
you played a
you
game
played-
to win the chip.
Exactly. You're playing. But see, even though with basketball, it's different, right? Because you're still playing within the system because you have to play in the arena in which they kind of provided for you. Boxing is the weird sport because boxing is like, okay, well, I don't really have to abide by boxing's rules, and boxing's rules are, claim the belts. Well, Floyd just said, well, fuck the belts. I'm a big name, you know what I mean? I'm going to fight who I want to fight. I'm going to fight the best contenders that's going to give me the biggest gate payout. That's not what a sport is supposed to be about.
But you know why I turned into that with him? Remember he sat down for them 2 years?
I remember, yeah.
And then it came
well, they
back
screwed him.
like,
Yeah. I think what was it with Bob Arum or somebody, like he wasn't getting the money he felt like he deserved or something like that. I forgot.
Not when he sat down, was it? It
I
was.
thought it
Was
was.
it?
I thought that was around the time when he changed his name, his whole persona, the whole 9
Yeah,
yards.
because he wasn't money at first.
Yeah, he was. He was
Yeah, I know.
pretty
I'm
good.
trying to think. Was that
Yeah.
around the same time? Because remember
When
his
he-
hands was kind of. He needed that
He
time.
needed his time because his
but
hand
he
was
could've
going
been-
He
out.
learned the game, though.
Yep, he
Learned the
definitely
game.
learned the promotional business.
Turned
Al
everything
Heyman
over to
had
himself, right.
started to tutor him and everything, and boom, that's why you got TNT.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when that came
You
out.
know what I'm saying, really?
Because even
Self-made
that first
man.
fight, I know people trying to say who he fought. That first fight back was Shane Mosley, wasn't it?
Could have been, because
If
that
I'm
would have
not
been coming off
mistaken-
the heels of Shane fighting either De La Hoya
Nah,
or
Shane fighting. What's my
Tito.
man name?
was that
The rap.
Oh,
Yeah,
Margarito.
Margarito.
Yeah.
That was 2009. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before he came back.
Good memory, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
that's right. Cause he because they caught him, and then Shane beat the brakes off of him, and he was done after that.
Yeah.
And then Floyd came out, beat the brakes off of Shane. Yeah.
I know.
Interesting. All right,
First fight back. You know what I mean?
man. This sports thing is taking an interesting twist. We were supposed to be talking about the draft and maybe trades that are supposed to be happening in the NBA. Don't really see where that's going to happen now.
Breaking news: Howard's gone to the Nets. Got traded.
Is that breaking
Yeah,
news? Do we
Dwayne
care
Howard.
about that?
I'm
sorry.
just saying.
All right. Is that breaking news?
Somebody got some money off their books. I mean, you know what I mean?
No, that
Charlie
was
got some money off the books.
Somebody, that was a money.
that was
yeah.
Jordan right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Go Michael
Yeah,
Jordan.
I mean-
What's Michael Jordan doing in Charlotte? Can somebody answer me that? Like, what are they trying to do? I don't understand. I've never understood the moves he makes down there. That's just interesting. But I digress. Yeah. So Kawhi Leonard, probably like the last topic, unless you guys have any other things you want to discuss.
Yeah, man, where's he gonna go?
LA, big city of dreams.
Is that just you, or you heard some breaking news about that, or what?
Well, I heard that if whatever team signs him, he's telling them I'm going to LA in 2019 because I only got a year left on my contract.
Why
so
would
if
you?
they trade-
Why does he want to go to LA?
He's from LA.
Okay.
Paul George wants to go to LA too. He's from LA.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've looked in the rafters anytime soon, but they have like 16 banners. They win
Okay.
a lot.
Okay.
I mean,
You got to go through Golden State, right?
Golden State isn't going to be great forever. I mean, you can't make the finals every year. You just can't.
Nah, but
They're not LeBron James. Not all of them. You know what I'm saying? Somebody.
They got
They're
enough
gonna make the
pieces,
finals
obviously.
next year. Come on.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think that if Chris Paul was playing in Game
that's what
5,
I
they
was
wouldn't have
about to say.
made the finals
They
this
don't
year.
make the
You don't
finals
think they
this
win
year.
that game?
No, I
No.
don't. No, I don't. And I'm gonna tell you, there's a blueprint to beat them. I believe that there is one. All
What's
you
that?
got withstand the third quarter. All you gotta do is withstand the third quarter and play half court. Do not do these fucking. They be throwing these threes up, and what the Golden State Warriors would do is they just shoot on transition. They
In
get
the game
transition
they call
breakaway
in
points,
play,
and that's
they
it.
had
You play
a
half
lead
court set,
in the-
you'll be fine.
And they exposed Steph.
No,
Oh,
They
Steph
didn't play
was-
D, and he
yeah.
couldn't do the O.
Houston
I mean, but
was
you
up, though,
exposed
going into
Harden.
the third
Harden can't
quarter.
play D.
He
Plays
played
a
better
little
D
bit
than
more
Steph.
than-
He
don't.
definitely plays
No,
better
they the
D than
same.
Steph.
a little bit more.
If they not
Whoa,
the
no,
same,
he's not the same player, bro.
I think Harden more suspect. If they not the same, he more suspect. Because if you can say I put him in pick and roll with anybody. Durant, Steph. The only person he may got a chance with.
You know what?
It's Thompson.
That Houston series actually, in reference to the debate, who's the most important player on Golden State, and you say, well, Draymond's the heart, and then you go back and forth about Durant, and then you say Steph. Steph proved that he's the most important piece. Because if he's not going, then that team is they're a good team. They still gonna be a good team.
Right, exactly.
And it's hard to put them out. But a championship team, they was about to get beat.
Yeah, but even in the finals, he scored the night Durant went off. What he had what Steph had?
Yeah,
30
points.
something.
Yeah, well,
Oh no, he's talking about the
But
one.
I'm just
game
talking
before,
about
the
the
game before,
Rockets,
yeah.
the way that they
Okay.
exposed them. He didn't have the legs to have those the third quarter.
Right.
How he goes
But
off.
keep in mind
He
though
didn't
too.
have it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, he had an
may not-
average game. I mean,
He
still
may not have the
average.
legs. You're right, because he only came back a few games before that. So he probably wasn't in the best shape
And then
either.
Paul was in his head. He's shimmying in his face.
Yeah.
I don't think he was worried about
He
that.
was in
man.
there.
I don't think he
See,
was
it's a
worried
mind
about
game
I
as
think he
well.
was.
You think he was worried?
I think he was.
Because remember when he stroked that three in that corner though,
Yeah.
and they front of their bench, him and what's his name?
It was going.
Sam, why
Kendrick
why
Perkins.
is he
But-
Kendrick Perkins even
Yeah.
there?
But
Like,
now, are you running the offense?
Who,
Because now
Steph?
you're trying to go back and forth with Chris.
I mean, they was obviously running something because they won the last two.
Yeah, but
Come on,
You can't
he
tell
wasn't
me that
even in the game.
Who?
yeah, Chris
Chris
Paul.
Paul.
I don't
were-
think
the
yo,
first game that
honestly,
Paul
I'm
didn't
telling you,
play,
if Chris
they
is
were-
in the game, he's
I
going
don't-
to hit these cut shots.
Chris
Yeah.
Paul.
And he's in
They
it.
literally
How many
won
threes
him
did
like
they
a
miss
game.
in that game?
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
I think
Chris
they
would
missed
have.
30 some
Listen,
threes.
all
right?
those threes they kept
We
shooting.
can't
Chris
tell.
would have stopped at that free throw line and made at least 6 and I'm gonna say 3 in a row. Little 2-point quack, and
All
get them in the floor. That's
Coulda,
why
woulda,
you see
shoulda.
ball
It
moving
just didn't
faster.
happen. I can't say what he would have done because he wasn't out there.
But they still
I
got
tell
to
you
go
what,
through
they was
Golden
up
State.
3-2.
They do
right
gotta go
out
through
there.
Golden State, but I'm saying if you make the Western Conference more difficult, then now Golden State got to play
But
every
why
night.
not go to the East? You gotta guarantee you're gonna have to go through Cleveland, and if
Because
LeBron
at the end of the
stays,
day, the team that you produce out of the East won't be as good. It won't be good
That's
enough
true.
to compete, regardless. Like I think even if you
you
go to
LeBron
Boston,
went to the East, state goes to a different team in the East,
yeah,
and Kawhi goes somewhere in the
the
East.
best team that they could go. Well, Kawhi wants to go to LA. That's it. But the best team he could possibly go to is Boston. Number one, LeBron would not
He's not
match
gonna
up
do
with
that.
Brad Stevens.
Yeah.
Like he would kill his whole dynamic. And
Yeah,
like
I see
even
that.
though he got shooters around him, they still too young. Like you go to the East, you get Kawhi, you get Paul George, you still got vets, and you put them around like young boys like Lonzo and them. I think you could do something. I think
I
you
think
could do
Tatum
something.
and Brown at this point, even right now, they gonna have a struggle on their hands when they bring Irving back. Tatum and Brown, like I can score 30 points.
That's
so you
what
get
I
that
said,
night
yeah.
when Kyrie goes, got
Well,
to
first
shoot
of all,
36 shots just to get 24
yeah.
points. They like, you would have gave that ball to me. I
Well,
would've got it.
this is why Boston's probably looking to trade Kyrie because Terry Rozier will move and distribute the ball better than what Kyrie will
Offense
do
will
right
flow.
now. The offense
It
is
will
flowing a
flow.
little bit more. And as much as you don't want to see Kyrie just up and bounce,
Right.
I mean, what's better for you? Do you need him? You made it
Yeah,
to the
no,
Eastern
that's
Conference
the wrong way.
Championship. Like, do you
Don't.
really need this guy?
And you
Like,
still got pieces to get.
you got
like,
young
Yeah,
That's
pieces.
clear
too.
lot, and he's not signed for a long term.
No, he got they
Next
traded
year
him for a year,
Yeah.
and they were supposed to
I think he
re-sign
shot
him
himself
this
in
year.
the foot when he said, "I'm not."
He
I
ain't
understand
signed.
it's a money move. His business. It was
Yeah.
savvy on that part. But
Yeah.
to say, "No, I'm not signed." Oh, you're not. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
You
So you
must
can
have
just walk.
forgotten what we did just
Right.
a couple
Yeah.
months ago without you. All
But
right.
Danny don't have a problem with letting.
Nah.
He'll let him go.
If anything, you saving money. Like why wouldn't I?
But
do
that's
that?
that's what he's supposed to do, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. You know what I mean? You acquire the best talent
Right.
that's young. Yeah, man.
Win it while they're young, and when you know what I mean. Bill Belichick. Yeah, I mean, I guess he probably went on the field with Bill. Bill let him go quick. You know,
Bill don't care.
it goes right back to the guru. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
God, this same guy I think Ray Lewis is the greatest football player of all time.
Yeah, right.
All right. Not Deion Sanders, though. Like who I think.
And-
You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah. I knew I was
That's
gonna get you with that.
smart, but,
I knew
you
I was
know,
gonna get you with that one. Yeah,
I
not
just died.
Okay.
Right time, man.
You know what my
Not
coach
prime.
used to tell me? Honest God don't lie, man.
Hey,
You
man.
go back to the tapes.
slow
just watch.
feet don't eat. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we're gonna touch on a couple different things. I think we're at the point where we need to probably start going into the playlist a little bit. So anybody got any songs this week?
Yeah,
Anybody
we
wanna
got
go up?
the commission playlist. This would be 23, I believe.
Is that 23?
23, yeah.
We're not starting for season
Available
2
on
again.
Spotify.
Right?
No,
Okay.
this is
All right.
this is the second episode of season 2, but
Oh, we didn't even announce that.
Nah,
right?
man, I'm
Terrible.
Second episode.
I'm
it is,
hard
yeah.
with this, man. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. Man.
sorry,
Give me
still a
some
little
time.
rusty.
It's all good.
Mike, you got some songs?
I mean, y'all go ahead. Y'all can hit it first. Y'all gonna throw me on the spot.
I mean, you said, Mike,
I
you
know.
told
I
me
gotta.
earlier
I
you
gotta
came
go through
prepared,
it.
man.
I gotta go through it. Go ahead. Go ahead, Greg. Go. What you got?
You want me to go
Cause
first?
y'all gonna bring out some new stuff. I'm going old school with some stuff.
Oh, shocker. All right. So now we're getting back into the swing of things, guys. Mike going with old school songs.
I mean, it's
on
a
playlist.
different joint. Go ahead. We gonna get to it.
All right, you want me to go? Kev, you got it.
You good?
All right, so first song I got should be pretty obvious. I'm gonna select songs that debuted this weekend. So Adam and Eve, off the new Nas album Nasir, definitely worth the listen. Listen, I saw this actually when I first heard a snippet of this track. I was watching the live stream. Somebody posted a snippet on Instagram, and that beat came in.
Everybody went crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that beat came in. It was insane. So definitely had to show Adam and Eve some love. Second joint I got, the Carters. I feel weird calling them that. We gotta come up with a different name for them. The Carters. AKA Jay-Z and Beyonce. New album. Everything is Love dropped over the weekend as well. Track I'm going with this week, Love Happy. Definitely one of my faves off of it. Beat is banging. You know what I mean? So if you get an opportunity, definitely go ahead and check that out. And last but not least, we kind of started off this episode with an RIP to XXXTentacion, violently gunned down while motorcycle shopping in Florida. So, want to kind of throw him a shout out. Him and Kodak Black, kind of song we kind of led in with Rolling Peace. It's a great track. Actually made me a fan of him because I actually like that track a lot. So, boom.
All right.
Okay, what you got?
All right, I got off the J-Rock album that dropped last week, the Redemption album. He's got a joint on there with J. Cole called Out of Sight, Out of Mind. I think they dropped a video for it today, too. Yeah.
Huh.
Definitely like that. I haven't listened to the whole album yet. But
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What are the odds that J. Cole signs with TDE? I feel like they're very
You think so?
close-knit.
Well, there was the old speculation, too, that Kendrick and him were going to do
It's
that
supposed
album.
that joint album, right?
Yeah.
Do you see a compilation album with him involved with TDE?
I wouldn't. Compilation album?
If you was J. Cole, why would you need to though? That's the only thing I'm thinking.
Platinum with no features 3 times.
I mean, I feel you, but why not?
Yeah.
I mean,
You got a
maybe
good
because
situation.
you like competition.
You just want
Maybe
the
'cause-
affiliation, I guess.
No, not even affiliation.
Then you don't need to.
It's competition. Like, you know what I mean? Me and Kendrick, you know what I mean? They lyrically spar
But you
from time
signing
to
with
time.
them means they gonna get a piece of the
I
pie.
didn't say signing. Well, I guess I did say signing. Maybe the better choice of words would have been maybe touring or just contributing. Maybe probably better choice. Sorry. Go ahead. I digress. Go ahead, Kev.
All right. My second track for the week is off the Sir album, November, which is on the TDE roster.
Yes, sir.
It's called That's All Right. And then
That brings me to another topic for next week, too. I'm sorry I keep cutting
you're
you
good.
off.
You're good.
We got to figure out who had the best run. Which group had the best run? I think we touched on this, but I don't think we really got into it.
What's your main group?
Like what
Label?
What label? What music group? What music label has had like the more down? Like TDE is on a nice little run right now.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, man. But we've seen these runs before. We've seen Cash Money have a run. We've seen Rockefeller have a run. We've seen Rough Riders have a run. You know what I mean? We've seen Bad Boy have a run. Just saying. Just something.
My last joint for the week would be the 2 Chainz track that just came out with Drake and Quavo. It's called Bigger Than You. I don't know what it's off of, but because his album just came out like a year ago, but I like that. Those are my 3 for the week.
Upcoming Scorpion album coming soon.
2 weeks. Next
2
Friday.
weeks.
Right, 29.
28th. What does that mean? What's that symbol mean?
The picture
the
that I
Toronto
sent?
Maple Leaves.
With
I
the
saw
dude's face all bloody?
Well, he posted that on his on his story last.
I don't know. I was wondering the same thing.
I was trying to figure out which team did they beat. Like this, usually when he drops a diss track, he does something similar.
Virginia doesn't have a hockey team.
I didn't think so, but you know what I did think? Blackhawks.
Chicago.
He don't like Ye.
Man, listen.
He don't like Ye. Calm down, you light skin.
Yeah, that bar is definitely for him.
Of course, that whole rant. That was shout out to Drake.
It definitely was for him. We got Mike.
All right, y'all. So this is what we gonna do, right? Because I figure everybody's gonna hog up the new stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Playlist,
which is cool. You see me going title playlist.
Yeah.
So Def 25 is this year.
This is what we was waiting on.
You didn't give your
No,
man
he's doing it. This is what he's waiting on.
Didn't he get inducted into the
whoa,
Hall of
whoa,
Fame?
So we
that's
talked about that
happening.
last week, didn't we?
No, we didn't.
He
We
did, but he got
did talk
inducted
about
on
it.
Saturday.
We got,
I think,
yeah.
right?
Oh, I didn't think we
Songwriters
talked
Hall of
Songwriters is the
Fame.
second one.
Yeah,
You know.
I remember you sent the text out. I remember us ever
Oh
talking
no,
about
we
it.
did. I thought we
Yeah,
talked
we
about
touched
that.
on it briefly.
Just a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, nothing too major. It's just something that comes along with the territory, I guess. When you've been doing it for so long.
So
But so
Philly,
this what we gonna
Jesus.
do. We going, in honor to that, I'm gonna give a couple. They got a playlist on Tidal. You know what I mean? Check out the
Did
whole
they
thing.
have a run?
Who that?
We didn't
Did
mention
they
them.
have a run? Are
We
you
didn't
serious?
mention them, did we?
I mean, that's just because I think when you do it and it's done so easily, people
So
just
easily.
people
Okay.
just kind of. It's like it's expected.
I'm gonna ask a question, and I don't want you to answer it until next week.
Go
But
ahead.
what was the last project that So Def put out that was?
Well, all right. Here's
that
the
was
thing.
hot?
Oh, no,
No. Here's the thing. The only thing with that is this, right? When you your producer produces for other artists, it's kind of hard to say, especially if they not signed to the label. It's kind of hard.
Okay.
So
I feel like the biggest thing that could come out of So Def in the last 10 years
go ahead.
White
would
tee.
be like a Mariah Carey album.
Nah, I was gonna say Franchise Boys in my white tee.
Knock.
You think so?
Yeah,
It would be
possibly.
like
Laffy Taffy?
Confessions was over 10 years ago, right?
I mean, what Mariah Carey record was like? Mariah Carey just hasn't been hot. Period. I think
I
the
agree.
music
I agree.
itself is actually hot. And then here's another thing though. This is what I got to think about. We talk about music. When you come out with new artists, you already know it's hard. But I think some of the songs that those guys, JD, V. Cox, Jonte, they wrote and put out for other artists, they would be hits if only Beyonce sang them. Because that's who everybody checking for at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I honestly think.
But you can't break a new act. I mean, like JD gets talent.
Yeah, that's
It's-
mine
it's
where I'm at. Like,
yeah,
it's been a long time since it was like
It's
who's
hard,
this person
man.
signed to?
right.
All right, so let's go.
Nowadays?
So let's go with another. Let's go with another like producer. Let's take JD out the equation, right?
Okay.
Let's go with another producer who's really breaking, like besides these guys on the SoundCloud era and stuff like that.
Right.
What new artists you can say have been broken?
By a producer?
That's been crazy hot, like the artist that he has broken.
Drake and 40.
I was gonna say Mustard and YG.
You think Mustard and YG?
Yeah.
I mean, but they had a more of an independent run too, though.
Did they?
I
think
think so.
Mm.
Remember that's the new era too. Now Mustard, I ain't
Would you consider Kendrick and Dre?
I wouldn't say Dre next to Kendrick. Honestly.
Dre hasn't done enough for him, but I understand where he was going
Yeah.
with it. I'm pretty sure there are other people I'm forgetting.
We not think. Come on, y'all laughed at the
it's-
so when we said that. Y'all laughed because y'all couldn't
Oh,
think
no,
of nothing.
because
So-
But it's
I think-
rare that
But now
a
I'm
producer,
just saying.
Producers aren't
produces
needed
an entire
anymore.
Album.
Yeah, and producers aren't needed to break
Mike
acts
Will
anymore.
and Ray Shremmerd.
That's
yeah, you
the
can
one.
go with that.
You could go Southside Metro Boomin
And Migos
Future.
and Future.
Yeah.
Those wasn't like.
You asked us.
No. This only thing I'm saying about that is those wasn't like major label projects though. Those was
But no
in
major
the new
labels
era.
really kind of exist.
So that's what I'm saying though. So
Okay.
right now it's kind of like you don't really need to be linked up with whomever because you could just do it on your own and throw it out
But
there.
JD could be like, yo, I like this artist.
It don't happen like
I'm
that.
gonna make a whole project.
It don't happen like
And
that.
I would think that JD doesn't even need to produce anymore. Like
Yeah.
JD
Just
can
throw
break
his name
acts
on
like
it.
how Baby does.
I mean,
like,
but
what I'm
it's funny.
saying?
I was telling Kev earlier about the show. We was talking about beats
Yeah.
and about the show, and I was like, if you watch the show, it just showed you because we was saying like, do producers actually be there giving you a new beat, or am I just nowadays? Yo, Greg, here go 10 beats that I did. You
Like,
pick
come
out
to
what
the
you want.
studio, Greg.
Right.
I'm gonna make the beat while you're here, and then you're gonna write to it.
Oh no, no one does.
So I said, but on the show, on the Rap Game show, they had Zaytoven in there, and he was doing that. Kids would come in, and they'll be like, "Yo, I want my joint to sound like this," yeah, and he's making it right on the spot. And
Okay.
then you got, and it sound like all the music I think they be doing on that show, especially like that new music, is hot. It just for whatever reason, I don't know. It just ain't.
But maybe Zaytoven has an agenda in that as well because he's trying to make sure that his beats are getting showcased properly.
Oh
and
yeah,
not
yeah.
just- you know
But
what
I'm
I
just
mean?
wondering why ain't it taking off nowhere though? It's
That's
weird.
what I don't get because they got talent on that show.
Yeah.
Like I don't get that part at all. That's the part that throws me off because before all the talent they
I
got,
couldn't I was saying I don't watch the show. I will because it sounds like it's a good show, but I don't know one of those. Like that dude that I showed.
Yeah, the one you said.
Chicago kid. I never heard of him until you guys said that. Like
he's from actually.
He's from Baltimore.
He's from Baltimore. Yeah, like Kev or something like that.
Yeah, but I don't know any of those kids.
It's a shame. What else you got?
All right, my bad. I didn't even get a chance to name a song.
No, okay.
But I was gonna go back to Brat and Biggie, the B side. That joint was hot.
Like
just a
B-side.
throwback.
Okay, that's
little
good.
throwback.
That's a good option.
Man, we ain't gonna go through the whole thing, but just a little snippets. I'm thinking about my childhood growing up. Maybe that's why, because you know how we grew up with Jay.
Absolutely.
I grew up with this whole era, so
I understand.
we'll kick the Tonight's the Night crisscross joint. I think that was hot. I think that album got overlooked. It had some excellent production.
Kev face when you say crisscross.
I'm a big crisscross fan.
Oh, he was. Oh, it lit up. I ain't see him. It lit up.
It didn't lit up at all. He was like, "Wait a minute, what?" That's what it says.
That was my joint.
Okay,
man.
This was not that album. This is further along than that.
All right, well, that was mine.
That's before he got into trap rap. That's all he listens to. You know what I'm saying? That's all he likes now.
Funny. Oh man.
And I'll throw a little R&B joint in there too.
Give me some Jagged in us.
I mean, we could go on.
Man.
It's 50-something songs in this playlist off the title. You want some Jagged
Your
Edge?
playlist or the title?
This is the title playlist, actually, but you know what I mean? We can go Jagged Edge, Let's Get Married. Why not? It's on there.
I need what's going
He Can't Love
with
You.
the Run DMC.
What you need? Which one you need?
I like, what was the other one? He Can't Love You? I like that.
Remedy. Well, that's a little Remedy. We can go all day with Jagged Edge, though.
I'm a Jagged Edge fan. I like
we can go all
Jagged
day
Edge.
with Jagged Edge, but
like,
that's what we going. That's what we gonna stop it at. Those three. You know what I mean? Just a shout out, because no other label's been around for 25 years in our era, so it is what it is.
Cash Money?
Cash Money ain't been around 25.
25? No, hell no. Yeah, you had better luck with Bad Boy, maybe.
You have a better luck with even No Limit, maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
No way.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No Limit, no way. You said?
But they've been relevant for a long time.
Yeah, No Limit
It's
has
like the
been
90s.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a fact.
Silk the Shocker.
My Ex.
See Murder?
Yeah,
that was.
I said My Ex.
They
My
had a
Ex.
run where like music was coming out every week.
That's when oversaturating was at an all-time high.
And they was putting out 20-something songs.
Yeah, every
and
album.
3 weeks later, you gotta come out with
and then another movie coming out the next week.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They spent a lot of money in that remember them CDs. That's what used to set them off though. Them CD covers used to be all crazy.
Crazy.
I'm about it, man.
You got any joints?
Nah, I don't
Yeah, one song, bro. You got one
Throwback.
You ain't got no
I got
songs
the
you
old
like.
school in. Oh, let's go with the remix. Sleep in My Bed. In my Bed remix. Why not?
Drew Hill joint?
Drew Hill joint was
I'm down with
crazy.
that.
Right.
I
It's
actually
been-
like that joint.
It's been a lot
I'm
of
down with
hits,
that.
man. Y'all just forgot because y'all just used to. It's like a kid that's spoiled with them. You
It's
forget
not
what
even
it
that
is.
You got spoiled with him. It's just like you want more. Like, you know what I mean? You
Well,
just want something current.
I
You know
got
what I
you.
mean? What Hov say? You know what I mean? Oh damn! I forgot the line. All right, now I was just waiting on Drew then.
You thinking of the joint where he's like, "You work so hard to stay the same"?
Yeah, it was either that one or it was the one where he was like, dudes want the
Oh,
They
buy
said-
my old shit.
yeah, buy my old shit. Yeah.
OJ.
Yeah, he want the
Buy
OJ, buy my old
shit.
shit, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I like old stuff. I can appreciate it. So nothing.
I mean, he took it back, so he said Drew Hill Beauty was, one.
Hey, okay, all right. Drew Hill Beauty was her name. Okay, all right. Represent for Baltimore. Thank you, Drew.
Real quick, before we exit out of this, so we on the R&B tip. My man asked me a couple weeks ago. He was like, "Yo, I gotta say, Drew Hill, they was the best R&B." I said, "For real?"
They had 2 albums, right?
I think it was, and then they came back with a third one.
Yeah.
But he was trying to say that I'm like,
They had a run. They had a run like
I think they had a
like
run.
you guys say Ja Rule had a run.
No, they
there might have
definitely
been
didn't have a run
shorter
like
than that.
No, stop. You won't disrespect Drew Hill like that on this podcast.
It might have been shorter than
Listen,
that.
Drew Hill had a nice run. They had a really solid
Cisco
run.
or Drew Hill?
No, Drew Hill as a whole.
I mean, but
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
'cause-
Cisco was part of that, but yeah, Drew Hill had a nice.
Who had a solo album besides Cisco?
That
you-
the other
that-
kid?
we-
didn't Jazz have one?
All of them had.
All of them had, yeah. All of them.
Wow, all right.
Not as. We from Baltimore, so we know that they had.
It
not
might
as
not have
well
been as
received.
popular,
Yeah, not as
Not
well
well
received as the
received.
others, but yeah, they all came out with. So one came out with a gospel album, as a matter of fact.
That's what I was thinking too.
I mean, Cisco just gave his thong. I mean, you
Yeah.
remember that, you know?
He had a couple
He
other
had a joint
bangers,
on
too.
there. Siegel had a track on there.
Don't act like y'all didn't go to a party and wasn't waiting for the thong song to come on.
Everybody was
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody and their
that
mama
was
was
a
at a party
smash.
waiting for the thong song to come on for the girls to start
could
going
have been
crazy.
until the video came out.
The video
and
was
then
whack.
You was
Okay,
like,
the video was
alright.
whack.
The
The
video
video was
tainted
whack.
the song.
It definitely
You know what I'm
tainted the song.
saying?
But we like the song.
Funny story about that song. My brother was out in California 2 years ago and went to a recording of a live podcast that had nothing to do with music.
Okay.
And Cisco performed the thong song at it. Just to kind
Interesting.
of put some perspective of
At
where
the
Cisco...
podcast that had
Yeah.
nothing to do with thongs.
It was a
or
video
songs.
game podcast.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though?
First of all, how'd they book Cisco? That's what I want to know. How can't we?
Somebody had $50.
Probably
Somebody
could
had,
book Cisco.
somebody had $50
Yeah.
and some
Yeah,
Popeyes.
$50.
And $50. That's all that going for.
I told y'all a Cisco story. I'm not even going to it. But I say it for now.
I like the Jagged Edge Drew Hill stories, man. When they be
Yeah.
going, how they was beefing or
Go,
whatever.
yeah, they used to beef back. They
That-
said they ran up on Cisco in the elevator or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So you,
That's-
your boy said Drew Hill. Who you got?
Oh, for R&B,
Yeah,
like
group.
through our generation. I mean, Jagged Edge.
Okay.
Jagged Edge is the best.
Through our
Oh,
generation,
you're smoking. These-
Who
who
you
was
got?
better?
You are you including like Jodeci and
I'm about
No,
to
no,
say,
no, no,
that's
no,
my
no,
generation,
no,
bro.
no,
It's our
We're
generation.
not- I'm talking about between the Drew Hills, the Drew Hills. We already, me and my homie.
So
I'm
you
sorry.
saying
Me
current?
and my
Talking
homie
about, like,
already
they don't
112 Jagged Edge.
that type. That
Oh,
those
I can't even
guys.
give him over 112.
Pop.
Talk about over
Let my
112.
tape rock to
Who,
my-
for me? Oh, absolutely.
The first 112 album is a
The
classic.
first 112 album.
I can't say any Jagged Edge album is a
my
classic. A
goodness.
classic.
Oh my
Yo,
goodness.
Yo, that 112 album, man, you know how much
Oh,
ass I got on that
my
112 album? Are you
I don't
serious?
know.
Oh
No.
my God. Yo, that Drew.
Then he said the first one. All right. What about the other ones?
I mean, they came up with other
Nah,
good
the
music.
second album.
Who
was
The
had-
second album was good too.
Who had more number ones? Jagged Edge or 112?
That Let's Get
I
Married
don't know,
song
man.
is the only thing that takes him over
No.
the top.
Oh my god. All
That
right.
Let's Get Married song takes him over the top.
It takes him over the top. All
It
right.
don't, it
Okay.
don't.
All right. Whatever.
It doesn't,
They-
I'm asking
you
you.
just saying they over the top.
No, I'm
Peaches
not
and
You
saying
had
Cream?
Cupid, you had Peaches and Cream, you
You
had
got Peaches and Cream, but I don't think those are number one.
Nah.
Those are great
They were-
songs.
They were not. Cupid was the number one song.
Cupid
don't
might have
know.
been. Peaches and
Yeah.
Cream definitely wasn't. I love Peaches and Cream too. You know what I mean? I think that's a really good song. But I did like that
What?
song.
Yeah, that beat. Yo, let's leave it alone.
I did, man.
That beat was nutty though. Let's be. You like the
Sound like a
context.
so-so beat. That's
No,
what
it
it sound
don't. You
like.
wish. If it did, you
Sound like
wish
a
it
James.
did. You wish it
JD
did.
beat.
You wish it did. You know
All
what I
right,
mean?
man. You know what? We ain't going to agree on this. We gonna say this one for next week.
No,
man.
but Jodeci, I did tell my man that I mean, Devontae Swain was one of the best producers. Period. So, yeah, those Jodeci albums was all
Jodeci
that.
joint is crazy, man. The
Yeah.
second, man, the show, what is it? The after party, the hotel,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Even the
That's-
interludes on the
that joint's a classic.
some of those joints was crazy,
Yeah,
man.
I can't even. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, you can now check us out we're on the Google Music Store.
Is that Google Play?
Google Play. Yeah,
Nice.
Google Play.
Google Music
We
Store.
up there now. We on SoundCloud. We're on
Nice.
the iTunes Store now.
Nice. We
expanded.
expanded.
Audio Mac. We on there.
I don't even know what that is. But great.
Podbean. We're on there.
I don't know what that is either, but
And
awesome.
we got some other affiliates cooking
Oh.
next couple weeks. So
Nice.
check us out.
Nice.
Follow us on Instagram at Commission Pod. That's all I got.
Anything else? Special shout out to my man Drew, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
for coming
Thanks.
out,
Round of
man.
applause for that
Filling
brother.
in,
Shit.
man. Really good. Real passionate about that sports stuff.
We gotta get. Man, we need to know here too.
We definitely
Oh,
need
yeah.
to know.
We
That's
gotta
all
know.
good. We had a nice little feeling in the meantime.
Yeah, we
so
did.
That's what's up,
It-
man.
y'all kept it nice and cordial. You know what I mean?
It won't be that way next time.
Nah, I'm sure it won't. I'm sure it won't.
All right, guys. See you next week.
The commission.